Boys and girl.
Alright.
Alright.
You ready, boy and girl? You always said boys, that was more of us.
Well, he says boys and girls.
That's true.
Why is he talking about himself though? It's so weird.
You said boys and girls, like there's more than one girl as
Who are
well.
you talking to? Everyone you know is here.
There's Motley.
Huh?
There's Motley here.
Oh, Molly.
Extra girl.
Oh, that's true. She's also got my jacket.
I know.
And then welcome to the Ramblers podcast.
So we can cut that.
No, we should keep it in. It'd be great.
Oh, it's only gonna be so long.
It's great. It's fine.
Next 20 seconds that we could be talking about
Anything.
anything else.
Alright, so, yes, that's true. So, we're at the big one, guys.
Yes.
Episode 10!
Woo!
We did it. Clap.
Yeah.
Clap.
Oh.
Somehow.
We got episode 10. We consistently uploaded 10 of these, and there'll be many more, hopefully.
Yes.
So we're
Air
doing
quotes consistently.
consistently.
Shh. I don't need to know that.
Yes, so we're very excited about this. So we decided, we won't change this formula that much, but we decided to finish off our little trilogy of 5 favourite games.
Yeah.
We started with PS1, and we continued with PS2. Now we're moving to PS3/Xbox 360. The reason why it's slash is because you guys had PS3.
Yes.
Yep.
As well, I had 360, and then I eventually got a PS3 later on. Like when the PS4 was out, that's when I got my PS3. So that's what we're going to do, our 5 favourite of that generation. Know that we've got a bunch of news to talk about. Eric's also going to talk about Twin Peaks, because the new Twin Peaks season's wrapped up. I believe, is that right?
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
so you're on to watch that.
Briefly, yeah.
We're going to talk about Rick and Morty, because that's how great the episode was. It rendered me speechless. I think that's, yeah, and then we've got some new stuff, so we'll go on to news.
Are we going to talk about it?
Oh, and it, yes, me and Eric are going to talk. Oh, actually, well, all 3 of us. No, Eric, Danny hasn't seen it.
No.
But me and Eric are going to talk about it at the end.
Yeah.
No spoilers?
Both.
Okay.
Spoiler free, spoiler.
I opted out, just as a note, I opted out to go see it, so that's why you guys are spoiling it, because
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of spooky films. So
Man up, Danny. So this will be a very long episode.
Yeah.
We got a lot of shit to talk about.
I aim for the 2.5 hour, 2:45 mark.
Probably. Alright.
Oh god.
So there's quite a few new things to talk about. The first one is, this will be a bit, it kind of sucks. Bruce Straley, he was
Forgot about that, yeah.
one of the lead devs in Naughty
yeah,
Dog. He
yeah.
he was one of the creative leads behind Last of Us. He co-directed Uncharted 2. He worked with Uncharted 4. He's been for Naughty Dog for the last 18 years. He has sadly left Naughty Dog, just because he just feels like that's what he wants to do at this time. What do you guys think about Bruce Straley leaving Naughty Dog?
I mean, if it's what he wants to do, but at the
Yeah.
same time, you know,
Yeah.
so many people have left Naughty Dog. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And Bruce
Neil Druckmann's...
Neil Druckmann's the only power hitter who's
yeah,
left
like
there.
heavy hitter they've got left,
Yeah,
yeah.
because Amy Hennig left because she wanted to do other things, and Bruce Straley's now left because he doesn't want to work there anymore.
Neil Druckmann tweeted out that he was a bit upset.
Oh.
I mean, he was just like, obviously, you know, he's all for and
Oh yeah,
completely supportive.
and him leaving, there's no bad. Like
Yeah.
it's not like working order was hell. He said he loved working order. It's just
Has he been on vacation recently?
yeah.
Maybe that's why, just because, you know, he's been on vacation, comes back, I just don't want to work here anymore. So I
Yeah.
can understand why Neil Druckmann might be upset.
Yeah, and also Neil Druckmann. For those that know, Neil Druckmann is one of the biggest devs that Naughty Dog has. He was the story director and game director behind The Last of Us and Uncharted 4.
And I believe Jack X.
Jack X? Yeah, yes, because that was the first game. Yeah,
Jack X,
What's Jack X?
it's a racing game.
That's
In the
amazing.
Jack and Dexter universe. But yes, him and Bruce Straley are very good friends. They came up with him and Bruce Straley, Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley created Last of Us. Like it was their child.
That's pretty cool.
And there are these things that there's a few things like if he wants to leave, fair enough. It does suck though because he's created some of my favorite games.
Oh, absolutely.
Uncharted 2, Uncharted 2, The Last of Us, Uncharted 4. He's been at Naughty Dog for the last 18 years, and he's been overseeing a lot of those projects. He's done a lot of good shit for Naughty Dog, which is like it sucks because whenever I heard I remember when Uncharted 4 was coming out, and I heard Amy Hennig was not doing it, I was like, I'm less excited now. Then I was like, Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley are doing it. I'm like, okay, I'm way more excited now because those guys are gods. So what do you guys think about that? Him leaving Naughty Dog.
I'm probably in the minority saying I'm not particularly bothered, but the only reason is because I haven't followed many of Naughty Dog's productions, 'cause I never played any of Uncharted. The only Naughty Dog games I have played unless I've missed something, is the Crash Bandicoot series
Yeah.
and Last of Us.
Yeah.
So never played Keep the Thief.
No. What is
Is that their
that?
first game?
Yeah, I think it's their first game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't live a cold Naughty Dog. They want to be
I
called
would
Maddox, I think. Or
Yeah,
something?
that's what it was called. Yeah.
I would love to give that game a go.
How it's terrible.
No, it does suck a bit because I like it's just like I love Bruce Wayne. I love his work. My big question is, did they announce his role for Last of Us 2?
I don't believe he had one.
Oh, so he had nothing to do with Last of
I
Us 2?
don't know
Okay.
if he did.
Okay, because I assumed he was like he was working on the sequel, but if he's leaving Naughty Dog,
Yeah.
because as Last of Us 2 is still pretty early in the development cycle.
Yeah.
Because they haven't shown anything else off apart
The
from that teaser.
Yeah, and they did say like Neil Druckmann came out and said Last of Us 2 is a long way away.
And they can
absolutely.
straight up make the teaser just independent from everything
Yeah,
else.
yeah. So like, and also Sony's parents saying it's okay, Naughty Dog, take as long as you want. It's Last of Us.
They need, I like
Well,
to hope...
Sony, I'm pretty sure lets Naughty Dog do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, from what we've heard, yeah.
because Naughty Dog has consistently came through for them. Even Insomniac, they're like, yeah, you do whatever you want. Like, here's the money, go make a game, come back. As with Naughty Dog, they're like, what do you need?
I mean, Insomniac are what, second party? I guess you'd
They
call it?
were first party, now they're second
Yeah.
party, which is a bit.
I think.
but they have.
I think that's like what they are, second party.
Yeah.
'Cause they're not first party. They're not third party.
Yeah, but they still. I think they have more of a tight contract with Sony than anyone else.
Yeah.
Like they will go and make other games, as seen with Fuse and the upcoming Spider-Man game and Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But they have
Unfortunately,
priority.
Fuse. Yeah.
Yeah, they have priority with Sony. If Sony's like,
Well, I
wanna
mean,
remake this.
as far as we know, Spider-Man's only on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I think and
Yeah.
and which is funny because the last game they did was Sunset Over. No, Ratchet and Clank. Then.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank. Sunset Overdrive was before Ratchet and Clank, because it was early Xbox One.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, and Xbox One, and that was a exclusive for Xbox One was Sunset Overdrive. Really good game. I liked it a lot.
Oh, the new Ratchet and Clank. Yeah. of
Yeah,
course,
new Ratchet and Clank. Yeah,
course,
then
yeah.
they did that, and now they're doing
forgot about that.
Spooderman. But yeah, so any other thoughts about Bruce Straley leaving Naughty Dog?
Nothing
Yeah.
to add to what's
It
already
sucks,
been
but
said.
hey, if he wants to leave, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah. His
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah. The next one, and I'll let Danny take the reins on this one because she knows a lot more about it than I do. The Journey sequel / spiritual successor, Sky,
Yes.
has been announced. Danny, take it away.
Okay, so for anyone who hasn't seen it, I'm not going to explain Journey because apart, I don't know, it is an old game and I'd say the only ones that are really interested in this game are people that have played Journey
Yeah.
or follow the company, which is that game company.
Yeah.
And essentially it's only a teaser trailer that's been released, but it looks like it's continuing on from the very end of the last game.
Yes.
Have any of you played Journey?
I played a bit.
Yes, I have.
Have you finished it?
Yeah.
Have you found all the little extra pieces and made your
Not all
gown?
of them. No.
Because I think that's a little. I'm not sure if it's an Easter egg, but it's definitely a trophy where if you find all of the little trophy or little musical notes, your cloak turns white and has the golden.
I have played it a few
Yeah.
times, and I have played with people who
Yeah.
do have it.
It's really cool. I like that. But yeah, so they have advertised in this teaser trailer that it's only coming to Apple products. So
Timed exclusive.
a timed exclusive.
Yes.
But the thing is that I didn't actually read the description on the official YouTube channel,
Yeah.
or actually in any of their posts. It didn't seem like they mentioned that it was a timed exclusive. But yeah, because the only reason I found out is because I was scrolling through the comments because it came out at the end that it was coming to iPad, iPhone, and Apple TV, which to me, I'm not a big fan of. I mean, I'm okay with it being a timed exclusive.
Yeah.
But
That's good. Yeah.
I don't know. Was the last?
I feel like what happened is Apple was like, hey, everyone loved Journey. They went to that game company and was like, here's a bunch of money. Time exclusive it, please. And make it for our shit.
Journey?
Remember Flow? That was on iOS,
I
maybe.
love
Yeah.
Flow. Actually, okay. I just want to go on a quick rant. I'm sorry. Flow's controls on PS4 are absolute garbage.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say I don't care for Flow, but I
They're
won't even play it on
crap.
console.
Yeah.
I love playing it on the PC because they it was their first game I think that they made.
The gyroscope.
No, just that the
Or in
first
general?
game that they made.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was, yeah,
and
it
it
was
was a web developer game with just the first level where you play as a little snake character.
Yeah.
Organism thingy.
Yeah, I don't actually know what the game is about, but that was really cool because you just used your mouse and you didn't have to turn your mouse at all. Whereas the way, because I was looking up online how to play this game on PlayStation 4, and they were like, oh, imagine there's a marble inside your controller. So essentially, if you lean it forward and the marble moves, and then it only moves so much. And then if you kind of move it back, it's stupid. I don't like it, and there's absolutely no way to turn off the gyroscopic controls. Yeah,
no, you have to play with it.
Their excuse, I'm sorry, I love their company and the games to bits, but their excuse was that they wanted... If anyone didn't hear, I think you just said that you didn't.
I don't like that game company.
Yeah. I don't know, that's fair enough.
I'll get into that soon, very quickly.
They made it as if they wanted the people to experience it. Okay, but allow it so people that, I don't know, have limited frustration, I don't know how to explain it.
People that suck.
Yeah. So
people that want to play with fucking motion controls.
Yeah, it was absolutely crap. Flower is incredible. Flower actually
Flower's
worked.
good, yeah.
It's such a gorgeous game, and Journey is incredible. But yes,
we'll bring it back to Sky.
Sky, I was about to say.
Are we excited for Sky? I'm not.
Yeah, I am.
Not because it looks bad. Like, I'll quickly say I don't like Journey, which will get me a lot of flack because a lot of people love Journey. I don't like it because I think it's artistic expression over an actual good game, because it's just walking around.
I think it's overhyped, but I think there is more than that, because there are a bunch of games that would, straight up agree with you. Like, it is just walking around doing shit all, but Journey did do it well.
Oh, yeah. And I will say the game looks amazing. I won't discredit it. It is artistically beautiful, but for me, when I'm like, if I want to play a game, I want an experience that feels like I have input, and Journey doesn't feel like that. I feel like I'm just looking at shit.
Did you play with other people?
No, I play with
There you go.
Oh, okay.
If you play with other people, it is a lot better.
It's really fun.
It's way better, yeah.
And you actually feel bad when you accidentally... Because there's a part in the game where you have to hide from... I don't know what they're called, but it looks like you're underwater, but you have to hide from the light monsters.
Yeah.
And if you're playing with people, you... both of you individually can attract the monster, and then if you accidentally are walking next to your body and then the light monster spots you, you may have gotten out of the way, but the light monster runs through your character and kind of removes some of your flight ability, and then I felt really bad every time I managed to get out of the way and the character was like just half dead.
I wouldn't be opposed to giving Sky a go. I'm not a big fan of that game company. For the most part, Flower was a bit of different. When I saw watching you play Flower, I was like, this actually looks like there's point to this.
It's very relaxing, it's nice.
And it felt like there wasn't just look at this pretty game.
There was a story. Like, you could tell, I just knew straight away it was about, like, the control and the mass production of metal and just nature being ruined.
So the point I was going to go on is about, I don't like that game company that much because I feel like their games are just... They go for... I know they're trying to make more artistic games, but sometimes I feel like they sacrifice actually having a good game for artistic expression.
That's fair enough.
And that's why I'm not a big fan. But Sky looks pretty good. And Abzu looks pretty awesome.
Oh, was Abzu made by the same people?
I'm pretty sure it was made by
the same. It was made by, I think...
Oh, no, it was people that used to work for them. So more the same thing. Abzu was pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And again, from watching you play Flower, Danny, I thought that it actually has a point to it where it's not just look at this pretty game. So
Flower would be really fun to play drunk, I feel like.
Yes.
So I just get a bunch of people over and it's like, stand up with the controller, like, oh god.
So final thoughts on Sky, the Journey sequel / spiritual successor?
I'm excited.
Just have to wait and see. Yeah, it should be cool.
So next bit of news, and it's something that's scared a lot of Star Wars fans, me in particular, and is that Star Wars Episode 9 has lost its director, Colin Trevorrow. And when I say lost, I mean Disney flat out fired.
Not they actually can't find him.
Yeah, he's like, where'd he go?
They know where he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they told him where to go. They told him to go away. So Colin Trevorrow, director of Jurassic World and a few other movies. He was an indie director, and then he got what happened. What happens a lot now is where big studios will be like, we should hire an indie director to put a bit of soul into a movie. So they hire these indie directors who've done one indie film.
Then why didn't they do that for Jurassic World?
Well, they did, because Colin Trevorrow was an indie director.
Where was the soul, though?
Yes, good point. Yeah. But they do that, but when I say they do that, I mean, here's the story, shoot the story, and put a bit of your flair in it. But that's it. They don't want them to do it anymore. And so this is technically the fourth director Star Wars has lost.
Really?
So Phil Lord and Chris Miller count as two.
Yeah. Oh,
They were originally slated to do the Han Solo movie. They were about 75% through shooting it until Disney was like, get the fuck out.
And Ron Howard's doing that now.
Yep, Ron Howard's directing that. Josh Trank, director of the god-awful Fantastic Four movie, the new one, and also director of Chronicle. He was doing the Boba Fett solo movie, which they fired him for. Not because thing is because he was under a lot of bad press from Fantastic Four.
Even though it wasn't his fault, from what we've heard.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff that he was rocking up to set drunk, and like it was a bad. Fantastic Four was a bad thing for anyone involved, and sadly Josh Trank lost his Star Wars film because of that. And then also Phil Lord and Chris Miller were fired because of creative differences. There was too much ad-libbing on set. They weren't sticking to the script, which on a studio's perspective, I can understand that, and especially for Star Wars, where every release it's a big thing. So it's like, if your directors are fucking around, then you don't want that. I understand that. Yeah. This is different. Apparently Colin Trevorrow was fired because he was miserable on set. They didn't like... And the big one is they didn't like what he was doing.
Again, it was creative differences with Disney.
Yes. Now, before I go, because I got a lot to say about this, what do you guys think about them firing... before we go on that, J.J. Abrams has now been put on to direct Episode 9.
Yes.
Then he did Force Awakens. So we all know he can do a competent Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Maybe for the best, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
What do you guys think about Colin Trevorrow being fired from Star Wars Episode 9?
I'm not particularly worried about that particular person being fired. Like, I have no interest in his works. As you said, the only film that I know that he's directed is Jurassic World. And
I don't think any of us really like Jurassic World.
I'm indifferent about it. But I am worried that another director, just in general, has been fired. Yeah. Because that's two films. Three directors, sorry.
Well, 4 directors. And and also I read a thing, I can't remember the big director who's been directing for years and years and years. He said that he was talking about, he's like I can't remember his name, he's like the Corey Taylor of film, where everyone just asks his opinion on whatever's happening in film. They asked him and he was like, Disney has gone through 4 directors and 12 writers in all their Star Wars things. Essentially, actually you continue before I go on, but yes.
I was just going to say that I'm very worried how this film's going to end, and I don't feel like it's going to come out.
Yeah.
When it's supposed to be, this year or next year?
No, Episode 9.
Yeah.
No, Episode 8's this year, then we've got another anthology, and then Episode 9.
Oh, okay.
Episode 9 got what, pushed back by 6 months?
Episode 9.
Yes, Episode 9, not Episode 8. Episode 8's done. They've wrapped it.
Totally, yeah, because they had to do it before. Well, they didn't have to do it.
Well, usually the good trick is you wrap, if on a big special effects blockbuster AAA movie, you wrap shooting a year before.
Yeah.
And so then you've got a year for post. And also if you fuck up, you're like, oh, we need to do some reshoots, then you've got a year to get reshoots done.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, because they've managed to just shoot all the scenes for what's her name? I've forgotten. I feel so bad.
Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher before she passed away.
And it also means if they get the movie done, like Mission Impossible 5, that was slated to come out the month Star Wars is coming out.
Okay.
They moved it to not get fucked in the ass, because you do not release a movie next to Star Wars, you're not going to do well. But also they shot it all. They had to do barely any retakes, and they were essentially done. They were like, we can move the release date forward because we're done. Eric, what do you think about Colin Trevorrow being fired from Star Wars Episode 9?
Yeah, it sets a pretty bad precedent. Personally, on a level, I don't really care that he was fired.
Yeah.
For a big company like them, it doesn't set a good something.
I'm taking this is Disney's become that overprotective mum.
That's what I was about to say. I'm worried.
They're like, you fuck with my kid, I kill you. And Star Wars is now their child.
Can you imagine how sweet Star Wars would be if George Lucas cared that much?
Oh wow.
Wow.
But like, so what I take from this is like, I was a bit bummed because Colin Trevorrow, even though the only film I've seen of his is Jurassic World, and I don't like Jurassic World.
That's correct.
He did a movie recently called Book of Henry, which is apparently fucking amazing.
Book of Henry?
It's an indie film he did, because again, he's an indie director.
Yeah.
And apparently Book of Henry was fucking amazing. Like, it was a great movie. So I was like, hey, like, Jurassic World might have sucked, but that wasn't entirely his fault. Like, that was studio input and all of that stuff like that.
Well, that's the problem, is that I feel like because he directed it, and he was probably in complete control of making... I don't know, as I said, I haven't seen Book of... Is it called Book of Henry?
Book of Henry, yeah.
Yeah, Book of Henry. I feel like he would have complete control in it, so he was able to create it as much as he'd like.
Yeah.
So that's probably why it was so good.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas something like
Star
Jurassic
Wars
World
and
and Star Wars, which have A, established franchises already, and B, he's not in control of making it. Someone else is telling him what to do.
It's the annoying thing is, it's made me scared, is Disney's obviously very protective. Star Wars is the most popular film franchise of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Up there, followed closely by Marvel. Like, Marvel, the MCU is very popular. The big issue with this is now Disney's gotten so protective that if you want to do something that doesn't line up with their vision, they're not going to argue about it. They're going to fire you. They're not going to be like, oh, well, let's hear your idea. They're going to be like, oh, that's your idea. Fuck off.
No man's ever good enough for Disney's new daughter.
Yeah. That's exactly it. That's the big issue is, like, Disney's just doing that now.
Disney's the father, like, running out.
Yeah.
Or, like, the suitors, like the shotgun.
Yeah. Like, and then all the nice people who are like, oh, I just want to take on it. There's like, nah, don't want to hear it. I need a nice Christian boy.
Yeah, like, comes in with, like, the flowers that high, they just get shot to shit as it runs away screaming.
Phil Lord and Chris Miller, which like one even brought like, I don't know if they'll trust me, so I'll bring my friend. I'll bring my friend. Next minute, they both got shot. No, like it sucks that like I
tried to the father's Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. No, you don't. You get away from my daughter.
Like it's a human. It's an actual woman. Or like a girl, but it's just the father's Mickey Mouse.
Oh,
it's not a costume, it's just an actual mouse.
Oh, dude, that's great. No, like, the main thing I'll say is, like, it sucks because I was really excited to have all the new trilogy of Star Wars movies be directed. Everyone was directed by a different person, which means no one would get tired. Like, if you look at Avengers, the first Avengers, fucking tight. It's a fucking great movie. Avengers Age of Ultron, it's good. You can tell it's not as good.
Avengers Infinity War.
Probably going to be really
not
good.
out yet.
No. But like you can kind of tell Joss Whedon was tired. He was like, I don't want to do it anymore, and it tells. You can show. And I was excited because each new Star Wars movie is going to be a different director, which means someone would be like, I have a creative idea for Star Wars. Let's do this. It's a bit different because this is a big trilogy and this is Star Wars, and it is the continuation of the old trilogy. So there's a lot riding on it. My big issue is like, I'm now scared that. I want new things from Star Wars. I don't want that bird cameo right there. I don't want the same things we always keep getting from Star Wars. And that's why I'm really excited for Last Jedi. Last Jedi is apparently meant to be this new vision of Star Wars, which now I'm scared of because if Disney is firing directors for being different, how different is Last Jedi then?
Yeah, like, that's the problem.
Like
it's a good point.
Like if Rian Johnson was able to not get fired from his job, then how different is his supposed very different Star Wars movie? It sucks because I'm now scared. I'm now just worried about Star Wars movies because now I'm afraid like Disney's not going to take chances because if all these directors keep coming with new ideas and they keep getting fired, it's worse than DC where DC can't agree with them. At least DC's like at least hears them out where DC goes through directors like a madman. But at least they hear them out and go, "What's your idea?" "Oh, okay. Don't like it. Go away." It's like, as Disney's like, you got an idea. No, that's not what we want. Go away. Like, they don't hear it. It's up. Did anyone else have anything else to add to the firing of the director of Star Wars Episode 9?
I'm gonna go check on the dog.
Okay, right. Well, Dan's gonna check on the dog. Me and Eric will float for a bit. If anyone could hear, there was a dog barking on the podcast. Danny's dog. We're recording at Danny's house. Oh, man.
We're gonna leave this in.
No, let's leave it in. Let's float. It's episode 10. We'll keep it like really unedited.
What, just like the uncut, uncensored episode?
Yeah. Actually, maybe we should we'll leave the It review till later. I was like, we could do it now, but no, we'll do it later.
I was gonna say, I reckon maybe we should do that. We should leave the main topic for last.
Yeah. So we'll do that's a good idea. Actually, yes.
So we'll do news then. I don't think we have anything else. So just all the news.
Twin Peaks.
Oh yeah.
Twin Peaks. A few other things.
Actually, maybe I should leave that. I'll leave it for because it's been finished for a few weeks now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll leave it for the next.
I'll leave it for a quiet week. Yeah.
So I'm sorry everyone for saying Twin Peaks is this week. It's next week. There's a lot to talk about. We're already hitting the 20-minute mark. Oh man. That sucks that people are getting fired from Star Wars. It really sucks. Also, another bird cameo.
I thought it was the cat the first time.
Oh, poor cat. She's still asleep. No, I'm really worried about Star Wars because then. Disney looks really bad now. They're just like, at the moment, before it was Warner Brothers and DC who had who were like, oh, we'll go working for these guys because they're probably going to fire you. and like, you know, all the shit that DC's gone through for the last 5-6 years with the directors quitting and leaving and all that shit. And now Disney's just firing directors left, right, and center. Like, oh, cool, bang, bang, bang. Like, I saw something where it was just like, I remember the director's name. His last name was Landis, but I can't remember the rest of it. He was like,
John Landis.
Yeah, John Landis. Yeah, he was like, it's gonna scare directors off from working with Disney on Star Wars because, like, well, I'm probably not gonna keep my job, so I'm not gonna take this directing job. Because Colin Trevorrow did Jurassic World, Eric. What do you think about Jurassic World?
I didn't mind it the first time I saw about it, but once I thought about it more, I started to get a bit sour on it.
Yeah, I'm like that as well. There's some really good bits, like a few like genuinely like that's awesome. The rest of it is marred by really shitty stories.
As a movie, it's just not particularly well
and there's
made.
so much there that's not good. Like you're just like, why is that in a Jurassic Park movie? Like, I love the I-Rex. The I-Rex is awesome. Or Indominus. Was it called?
No, you're right. Indominus Rex.
Yeah, Indominus Rex. And I love because a big thing that Jurassic World talks about is like franchising and all that shit. Like, you can clearly tell there was a lot of effort where it's like, hey, let's have a meta meaning going on. And the fact that they called the Indominus Rex I-Rex, where it's like, it's funny because it's all about franchising and shit. That was cool, but a lot of other shit where I was like, that's dumb. Like,
we've still got the Jurassic World sequel coming out.
Oh, please be good. Like, I'm pretty sure College Driver's not. Oh no, he's directing that. Danny's back. How's Pebbles?
Oh yeah, she was just super barky. So
You beat her up. No.
No, I got her to lie on her bed and then I fed her a treat.
Okay.
And she was good.
Also, we're not going to talk about Twin Peaks in this episode because this is a lot to talk about.
Okay, yeah.
So.
Audience, you'll notice the cut.
No, I should leave that in. I'll probably leave it in just for lols. This is a very unedited thing.
Oh god. That's definitely going to be over 3 hours now.
So the next bit of news, we've got a few more bits of news. At least 3 more bits. But not massive things.
Yeah.
Tim Miller, director of Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
He's directing Terminator 6.
Ooh.
Which I thought had been cancelled.
Yes.
I was wrong.
No,
I didn't realise that they were making a new Terminator.
Yeah, I thought they said fuck it after 5. Let's just stop.
Apparently they changed their mind. I think it's going to be... It's either... They haven't said what Terminator 6 really is going to be. They said that they are making a new Terminator. Whether or not it's going to be a reboot or a sequel or anything like that, or prequel, no one knows. All we know is that Tim Miller, director of Deadpool, is on. What do you guys think of that?
Could be good.
Yeah.
I have no comment on it because I don't know much about it. Like.
As in Terminator in general?
Oh no, I know so much about Terminator. I've watched all of them, including the newest one. But
Genesis.
But no, I'm just there's not enough information on it, so I don't know if it's going to be good or if it's going to be bad.
What do you think about Tim Miller directing? That's what I was asking. Like, what do you think about him jumping on Tim?
I don't know. Is he a comedy director usually?
Well, actually, I'll quickly IMDb him.
Who directed Genesis?
Some dude. I don't remember. IMDb, we go. No, but like.
Didn't that guy direct The Godfather?
Some dude.
Yeah.
Yes, some dude did.
Oh man, he's got good. How could he let this happen?
Terminator Genesis. Who did it? Janet. Come on, IMDb. Stop taking forever to load.
It only came out like 2 years ago.
What, Genesis?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking awful. What do you think? Why are we IMDb? What do we think about Terminator Genesis?
It was...
Okay, my IMDb isn't actually...
It was a nice film.
Who directed Terminator Genesis?
Alan Taylor.
Alan Taylor, yes. And what has Tim Miller done?
Good question. Time to IMDb him.
Yeah.
But yes, Genesis, it was a nice film. It was cute.
It was gross. I hated
But that was about it.
I actually genuinely think that Terminator Genesis is the worst Terminator movie. And a lot of people are like, but Salvation or Terminator 3. Okay, Terminator 3 is pretty god-awful.
Yeah.
Salvation, at
Not
least...
a lot of people think that we're in the minority.
Yeah.
And I'm happy in that minority.
Yeah.
I did the visual
It's so throwaway,
effects.
and it fucks with the Terminator lore so bad.
I don't think it does that. It's just so fucking unnecessary.
He did the visual effects for
But what has he directed?
for Scott Pilgrim.
What has he directed, though?
4 films apparently.
What has he done? I know one's Deadpool.
Deadpool, Rockfish, and Aunt Louisa.
Okay, I haven't heard of any of those other ones. So this could be good. Deadpool had some good action scenes.
Yeah.
And Deadpool was really good, so hey, Tim Miller could probably do this really well. And he's not directing Deadpool 2.
He did he's written a few films.
Yeah. But, yeah, No, Genesis is easily the worst. Random side note, Genesis is easily the worst. Salvation, I at least respect because it tried to do something different.
Agreed.
It's not good at all, but except for the one with the massive hunter Terminator where it's like the giant one and it's shooting. That's a cool scene. But everything else is like, it's shit, but at least they tried. They tried to make a different Terminator movie, but Genesis is like a greatest hits of Terminator 1 and 2, but not good.
Because they're both still really good movies that we can go back and watch.
Yeah, and like it's the shittier version of Terminator 1 and 2. Well, like why watch it when exactly when you just go watch Terminator 1 and 2. Yeah, so Tim Miller directing Terminator 6, is that a good thing? Everyone think it's a good thing?
It's gonna be interesting. I think I don't know because he's only directed one film that I know, and that was funny.
But that one film's good though.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like he could do it.
Maybe. Maybe not.
What do you think about Eric?
Oh, yeah, it could be good, but after finding out he's only directed 3 films...
Yeah. He's very green.
It's got me a bit nervous, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. Alright, so next one, and something we all looked at, I made Danny look at, is David Harbour, known from his performance in Stranger Things.
And others.
And other performances, but most importantly, Stranger Things.
He's done a bunch of other stuff.
He's a pretty big actor.
He was in another film recently.
He was, I remember we saw him. Like, hey, Harper.
Hopper.
Anyway, we have got our first look as him as Hellboy in the Hellboy reboot, which is being directed by Neil Marshall.
Set for 2019.
Yes. We all saw the photo. What do we all think of it?
Oh, it's good.
Cool,
it looks fucking awesome.
Cool.
I love it. Like, I am a big fan of the original Hellboy, specifically Hellboy 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Ron Perlman's Hellboy. I think it's awesome.
It was really well cast.
Yeah. I prefer the look, at least the look of the new Hellboy to Ron Perlman's Hellboy. It looks badass. Like, I like the fact his arms are like Rocky now. It's like a plate, or it looks like metal on his arm instead of it being like a rock arm.
So I actually don't think I've seen the entirety of the original Hellboy. So explain basically what Hellboy is.
Hellboy is like essentially he's a dark hero, essentially, where he's essentially the son of Satan. He's essentially Satan.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the son of, I think, a woman and Satan.
Yeah, and he uses his powers and shit to be a hero.
So he gets picked up by some paranormal investigators when he's a baby.
Yeah.
So what's with his arm?
It's like, his arm's the key to the underworld.
Or something.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And like, essentially, like, in the first...
end the world with it, pretty much.
In the first movie, they need Hellboy to open the gate to, like, hell.
Yeah.
And then that destroys the world. But then, like... And there's like the whole thing where like in the first one he's like toying between whether he's good or evil, and he sees visions or stuff. He has like his full horns. That's why his horns are shaved down because he doesn't want to be known as evil.
Does it fit in? Yeah.
Okay. I thought they were goggles.
No, they're his horns. He shaves them down, and it's really cool. I love Hellboy. I think the second Hellboy movie is okay. It's really good. But
I really like it. Yeah, I think the first one probably is better, but I still like the second one.
Second one's fun. The second one's great. The second one's fun. The first one's great. Where it's like a really good movie. The second one's more of a fun.
More like a fantastical movie.
Yeah. So the first one delves into like really awesome issues.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
That's one of Del Toro's best movies, and I didn't even know we were rebooting Hellboy until today. I didn't realize. So when I was like,
I could have told you.
Yeah, probably could have. But I was like, oh, David Harbour is Hellboy, and then I was like, well, it begs the question. I was talking to you about this on the bus, Eric. What Del Toro and Ron Perlman fought with tooth and claw to get Hellboy 3 to happen.
Oh, really?
They failed. Hellboy 3 wasn't happening. So what does Hollywood go and do? Thinking that no one will watch Hellboy. They fucking reboot Hellboy.
Yeah.
It's like the dumbest idea. You should just greenlit Hellboy 3. But alright, whatever.
I'm kind of nervous because I think what made Hellboy work was the fact that
Del Toro.
It kind of wasn't an American film. Obviously, Del Toro's not an American. He's a Mexican director, but it just didn't feel like one.
And it had that fantastical element he brings to any film.
And that's it's no matter what.
The colour and like stuff. Like Pacific Rim handled by any director would have been garbage. They put Del Toro in front of it, and it's fucking awesome because how well he made it look and all that shit. And same with Hellboy. Hellboy has a flair to it that no movies have. It's all fantastical, but it's also really dark at the same time.
So Mila Jovovich is playing the villain in there?
Yeah, she is. The Blood Queen.
And I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
'Cause she's not the best actor in the world.
No, she's not. She's not even a good actress.
I didn't want to say that because I thought you might really like her.
No, I don't like Mila Jovovich. She's a good she's good at action, and she does commit to acting. Like the action scenes. Like she's not like, I'll get a body double. She'll do the action scenes, and I respect that. Not enough actors do that. But line delivery and conveying
no,
emotion.
she'll be really bad at times. Yeah.
No,
okay,
not good. Like I enjoy the Resident Evil movies, but wouldn't say she's good. Danny, you saw. What do you think about David Harbour as Hellboy?
Have they got a director for the film?
I'll have a look. Can you IMDb it? My IMDb on my phone's not working.
So, alright, so what do I just type in? Type in Hellboy reboot.
Yeah, try Hellboy.
No, I'm excited because, as I said, I've never seen any of the original.
I'd highly recommend watching them.
Oh, yeah, no, I definitely will.
Yeah, they're really good. Especially the first one. I used to think for the second one when I was like younger, because I was like, oh, it's more exciting, it's got more action. I love the lore of the Golden Army, which is the whole plot point of that movie.
That's cool.
But like, after like getting more into film and shit, I was like, nah, Hellboy 1 is like superior in almost every way. Except for action. Hellboy 2's got better action.
Neil Marshall.
Oh, yes, they do have a director. I've got it written right here. Dope. Yeah, I haven't seen any of his movies. I know he did Descendants, which is apparently a good horror/thriller movie.
Why, The Descendants?
The Descendants, yes.
Okay.
He directed one episode of Westworld.
Yeah, he's done a lot of TV. He's done a few Game of Thrones. He's done a few Westworlds.
And a couple of Game of Thrones episodes.
He's good.
That's cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So we're on to our last bit of news. Not really news, but it's a trailer. A trailer which me and Eric have seen. I knew you've seen as well, Dan. We talked about it yesterday. The Disaster Artist got a second trailer.
Oh, yes.
God, that is a good trailer. I'm
good.
so excited. Are you guys excited for the Disaster Artist?
I'm actually really interested because I've never seen The Room, which I know, but I know of it. I
feel like we should watch The Room. Either watch The Room first and then watch Disaster Artist, or Disaster Artist then The Room.
I think The Room first.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
For those who don't know, The Disaster Artist is a movie coming out. It's a parody comedy of the makings behind the world's best worst movie ever, The Room. And it's all about how Tommy Wiseau made that movie and all that stuff.
God Emperor, Tommy Wiseau.
Yes, and oh my god, I'm so excited for this.
Has he made any other films?
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
made quite a few,
really?
and they're all bad. They're all bad. Like, Tommy Wiseau is the world's worst treasure. He's so passionate about making movies, just the issue is he's not good at it.
But he's completely worthless, but we still value him. Regardless.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe Tony Wiseau. But you know, I'm so excited. And this second trailer, like the first trailer was great because all it showed you was just how they took the making of one of the most infamous scenes, which is that I did not hit her. I did not.
See, I know of that as well, but that's just because it's been referenced so many times.
But the next trailer just delves into everything else I wanted to see, like why he decided to make The Room and all that stuff, and just. There's a lot of meta commentary in this.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of...
Does Tommy Wiseau understand sex or not?
Yes. And, like, it does a smart thing of making fun of all the scenes where, like, people made the jokes about them. So all the jokes are now implemented into this movie. And, like, all the stuff. It looks good. My only issue is I hope they didn't show too much in this trailer. It is a long trailer. It's a 2-minute trailer. And they show a lot of the jokes. Like, you're tearing me apart, Lisa. And all that stuff and all that. You guys excited for Disaster Artist?
I actually am.
Yes.
Especially after this trailer. I was excited for the first trailer. I was like, this looks awesome. And then this trailer, I was like, I'm so excited. This is the most excited I've been for a James Franco production movie that's got all his friends in it, essentially. Not all of them, but most of them.
All the super friends.
Yeah. So, and yeah, it looks great. Is that all?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it,
Right,
yeah.
cool. So, but we're going to talk about... Well, we're going to make Eric talk about Twin Peaks, but we decided not to.
Not yet.
So quickly... Not yet. Probably next podcast. But we'll move on to... our next big thing, which is just going to be me and Eric, because Danny hasn't seen the movie.
That's okay. I'm interested, but I'm not...
Yes.
Yeah.
Is our review of Stephen King's It, the movie that just came out. It's a horror thriller movie, came out. It's about Pennywise the Clown, terrorizing kids, possibly eating them.
Yeah.
And it's about them dealing with Pennywise, but also dealing with their fears and their lives. What did you think about It, Eric?
It was quite a good film.
It was pretty good. I loved it. I hate saying that. It's annoying.
Yeah.
You loved what?
No, let's not go down that rabbit hole. We'll go spoiler free first, and then actually we'll just leave it spoiler free because it's really fun to go in blind. I didn't know anything about it besides its fact it's It. I loved it. I think I love horror movies, but I hate a lot of horror movies. And that's because they all do stupid shit that I don't like.
Yeah.
I hate horror movies that just rely on scaring. Because to me, like, horror is so good. Like, horror can tell stories no other genre can tell.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, like, and when it's just reduced to... that.
Yeah.
That. When it's just reduced to that, I don't like... So it's not entertaining. I'm like, I'm here for a story, not to be scared. being scared is the byproduct of having a great story.
I think that's a problem. Is it is entertaining, but it's not. You know, it
Lasting.
doesn't have any. Yeah, it doesn't have any lasting value.
Same thing goes for like. Let's compare.
I'd say comedies.
Yes, comedies,
Exactly,
but also horror games. I hate so many horror games, but the ones I love, i.e. Silent Hill and the Resident Evils and Eternal Darkness and all that shit. Those games do a lot more than just being ooh spooky. Like compare Silent Hill to Outlast, where Outlast just run and look at scary shit. Where Silent Hill's like think about humanity and what sin is and all that, as well as be scared. Thank you. And then like that's what it did. Where it was like it's scary. But it's not the point. The point is it's about kids dealing with their fears, but not in a whole. My fear is over there. It's like dealing with what terrifies them the most.
Yeah.
That isn't like a demon or something. It's like
a clown.
Yeah, yeah. Like a good example. A good example that isn't a story because it's in the build up. It's in the setup and in the beginning of the movie. We all know that Georgie dies. It's iconic. Georgie being killed by Pennywise. Like what the main character's fear is dealing with the death of losing his brother. That's his fear is dealing with the fact that he's losing his brother. And there's some really good scenes about that. And then every other character, I don't want to spoil because I don't delve into anyone else's.
Which one is the main character?
He's the one with the speech impediment.
The stutter. Yeah.
Bill.
Okay.
Bill. Yeah.
Bill, yeah. Billy.
He's probably one of the best characters in the entire movie. And that's one thing I'm going to move on to is the cast in this movie. Fucking great.
Very well performed.
This is probably one of the best all round kids casts since the Goonies.
Jeez, yeah.
I'd say just straight up maybe ever.
Yeah.
I don't think Simpsons Goonies
Probably
ever.
Stranger Things.
That's not a kids only cast though.
Oh, that's true. But
Stranger Things.
It's mainly based around the kids though.
Yes, but the adults aren't minor.
There's enough of them, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like it's an ensemble. As where the kids in it is the kids. There's barely any other adult characters, and if they are, they get 1-2 scenes. If it's not Pennywise, they get a scene. If not that.
Yeah. So
it's more about. So I'd say like they stand out. As well, in Stranger Things, the kids are great, but they're also going up against great performances from a lot of the adult characters. And there's a lot of adult characters in Stranger Things as well. No, the casting is great. Do you like the cast, Eric?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
They
fantastic.
Great. Also, Finn Wolfhardt's character.
Oh, he's so good. Yeah,
he was the one friend. The one friend every group of boys had. Who said all the worst jokes.
Who just doesn't. He'll just say anything.
Yeah, like at the worst time. We all had a friend like that. I won't name him, but hey.
Alan.
Alan. No, that was really good. I liked that. The effects were really good. It was genuinely scary as well. Like when shit was going down, it was horror. Like pretty intense. And I love the end. I love the entire movie. The only issues there was a few cuts in editing which I didn't like. This is nitpicking. There's a few times where it went from bit to bit, and I was like, "Ooh, I dropped a thing." There was a bit to bit, and I didn't get the transition between the two. I was like the first time the thing I can do it without spoiling is when they go like the first time they do the kids do the big thing, like the first time they confront things, and then there's at the resolution that ends really weirdly. It resolutes and it's like it cuts really weird, and then we're already into a next bit.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What the wait? Where the fuck? Why? How did that happen?" The movie does a really wise thing of omitting the second half of the book for now. Yeah. It's just the first half when they're kids.
Okay. How long is the film, by the way?
Oh, it's about
it's about 2 hours 20. It's not quick.
Really?
Yeah.
How big's the book?
1,100 pages.
This book's fucking massive.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It's a big book.
Because I was like, if they made like a massively long movie, surely they better not do like a Battle of the Five Armies shit.
The mini-series from the 90s was 3 hours long.
That's 4 hours long.
4 hours?
Yes, 4 hours.
4 hours, yeah. So
you mean as in 1 hour each? Because you said a mini-series.
Oh, it's mini-series and it's 2 parts.
Oh.
So the first part's when they're kids, second part's when they're adults. And so this movie is specifically when they're kids. They're not going any further than that.
Yeah.
Which is I really liked because
and it does actually say at the end of this
chapter 1.
Chapter 1, yeah.
Which is really cool. I like that because it means because this movie was so great. I'm hyped as fuck for a sequel. So I'm like, I want to see these kids as adults come back and deal with Pennywise, which I think is really cool. That's not really a spoiler because a lot of people knew that going in. Like, this is just the kids and stuff, and it's very notorious.
Coming back to the smartphones.
Yeah.
iPads in there.
That'll be interesting.
Other stuff.
It could be really good.
That actually would be a cool mechanic if they apply it properly.
Yeah.
But I don't know if
also,
they actually would do that.
Also, this It movie takes place in the 80s, which they use the aesthetic really well. I got scared because at the moment, like I was talking to you about today, Eric, putting 80s aesthetic into your movies and shows is the cool new thing now because of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Stranger Things did it, and now everyone's fucking doing it. Thor Ragnarok's doing it. Fucking, like...
Death Note did it.
Death Note did it. Like, it's thing, but thankfully, it uses the 80s aesthetic to its advantage. It doesn't just be like, here's an 80s pop song. It'll be like, it doesn't, well, no, sorry, it's cool, but it doesn't overstay its welcome. And there's a few songs in there that I really liked. Nice little Anthrax song in there, thrown in there at one point, which I really liked. That was a cool scene, even though...
When it grabs Georgie, it doesn't just go, take my breath away.
Yeah. That scene was great. That's the thing. What do you think about Pennywise, Eric?
He's good, yeah. I really like Bill.
He's great. Bill Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård, thank you.
Yeah.
No, he did a very good job.
Yeah.
I think that he didn't compete with Tim Curry, but he just did a different character.
Yeah.
Because whereas Tim Curry was a lot more, I guess you could say, grounded.
Yeah.
Tim Curry's the type of thing that would make you scared because he does seem a lot more like a real clown.
Yeah.
He seems like an older man in a clown's costume.
Yeah, because I was looking at like comparisons just from like screenshots and clips. The old one, does look like an evil clown.
Yeah, as where this Pennywise
it just goes to be scary.
He's straight up what the book envisioned him as, without the hindrance of a 90s budget or 90s effects.
On TV as well.
From what I've seen, actually, no, I won't say this because it is a spoiler. No, never mind.
But to be honest, I actually prefer Bill Skarsgård's to Tim Curry's. No, not dissing Tim Curry's Pennywise. I think it's a good Pennywise. Yeah. But I never found it scary. I was like, it's a clown in a costume that does evil things.
Yeah.
As where Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise, I felt was horrifying. When he was on screen, I was being like, this is good to me, like, alright, shit's gonna go down, and I'm like, got a knot in my chest, and I'm like sitting there like, and a lot of the scares genuinely got me. And that's one thing there was a few times where whenever I play horror games or watch horror movies, I try and count the scare, where I'm like, essentially when I think a scare's gonna be like, 1, 2, 3, and most of like good movie editing, everything's to a beat. Like everything in a movie, good editing is
usually
to a beat.
A heartbeat.
Yes, so it's like whenever something happens, it's like, especially in horror movies, if the silence, you go 1, 2, 3, jump scare, and then it happens. But this movie, I was like, silence, and I counted it, like, nothing happened, and I was like, oh, nothing, and then like a couple bits, like, okay, poof, I was like, fuck, it got me. But like, there was bits where like it wouldn't build up a jump scare. It'd be like, this happened, boom, jump scare, cool, have fun, and then we're moving on. And the movie is paced really well. Like, this movie is edited ridiculously well. Like, at least I found it. It's like, it wastes no time. Everything's
relentless.
Yeah. And like, the effect's really good, like I said as well. The fact that they stabilize his face whenever he's running, but they shake everything else up. So it's like, it's just odd.
That's clever.
Odd. It looks good. And his eyes are slightly askewed as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And just, it's good. I love Pennywise in this movie, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was near, not flawless, but near perfect. Like.
Sorry, that was my phone.
Oh, okay. Phone buzzes all over the place. But yes, any final thoughts on it, Eric, before we move on to our main topic?
Good horror movie that I hope sets a precedent for more to come.
Yes.
Because admittedly, as I told you, people in the cinema didn't like it.
Yeah. It's like, it's weird. Yeah.
Wait, a lot of people didn't like it?
Yeah, when I left the cinema, a lot of people didn't like it.
What for?
Because it's not disposable, because you have to actually think about it.
Yeah, and it has challenging themes. It's not just a scary movie. It has some pretty dark themes, to be honest. Like, not just, oh, that's messed up. It's like, oh, that's like...
So these are the people that want, the jumpiest or the goriest.
The people that...
Final Destination.
The people that enjoy Final Destination movies but don't see the stupidness in them, and people who enjoy
paranormal
people who genuinely enjoy Paranormal Activity movies past the first one.
My second one's okay.
Okay.
Actually, the third one reviewed well as well. I don't like it though.
Yeah. It's those type of people who are like, I just want to have something go, where? Yeah. Where? That's like when a lot of people say Conjuring.
I was tempted to turn around and just fucking knock them out.
Yeah.
So I just was so pissed off by them.
Yeah.
Like, it's their opinion, but just when they were saying it.
Yeah. And also like...
Were they saying it during the film?
Nah, as we were walking.
Okay.
I was kind of surrounded. I was surrounded by them.
And like... a lot of people... not saying it. What do you guys think of The Conjuring? Have you seen The Conjuring?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know you've seen it,
I haven't.
Okay, what do you think about it, Eric?
I think it is good. I think it does a good job of combining classic horror with modern horror because it is different to it for sure.
Oh yeah,
because It is an 80s movie, essentially.
Oh, yeah, but a good 80s movie.
Yeah.
I'm not huge on Conjuring, is because, like I said, I will say it's well executed and well done, and it's scary. It does its job well, but it's very face value for me, or it's like, like I said, I want a story out of my horror movies, where it's like, I want to go in and experience a story, and horror movies can tell really great stories that no other genre can tell.
Oh, yeah, the implication when used right can be fantastic in them.
And, like, the original Nightmare on Elm Street is a great horror movie, because it's telling a story, it's not like, oh, here's gore, like, and stuff. And that's why I didn't like Conjuring, is Conjuring was it was good at being scary, it wasn't good at anything else, where I was like... Yeah.
I do think people do overhype the Conjuring movies. Yeah. I do like them, but...
Yeah. Oh, no, I see the appeal. I will say they're not completely throwaway.
I wouldn't call them the best horror movies in years,
I'd call them what, like, a good 80s action movie is, where it's like, it's not throwaway, but it's not, like, mind-blowingly great, which, like, it's fun, and it's good at what it does, but if you want a great horror movie, then, you know, Conjuring... If you want a great horror movie that's a genuinely great horror movie, like It, or like Exorcist or something, or like stuff like that, then I wouldn't say Conjuring's where you would go. I'd say go to the new It, or Exorcist, or first Nightmare on Elm Street, or first Friday the 13th, where it's like good stuff like that. So is there anything else you want to add to It?
No, good movie. Go see it.
Yeah, I'd definitely say go see it. Even if you don't like horror movies, go see it.
If you like Stranger Things,
If you like Stranger Things, and if you're not put off by child gore, you know it's not that gory. There's a bit of child gore there. Just a bit. Oh, Danny. God damn it.
I was hoping my children would get it harder.
Yeah.
Not in that way.
No.
See, out of context, I don't know. I don't get it.
Alright, so... Huh? Oh, yeah. Alright, so the next big thing is the point of this episode, boys.
Episode 10.
Well, episode 10 is we're doing our 5 favourite Xbox 360, PS3. Before we talk about our own, I opened it up on Facebook and asked some of our listeners what their favourite PS3/360 games are. We've got 3. The first one is from Chris Pastor. Shout out to Chris Pastor.
Who actually...
friend of the podcast.
Yeah, who actually appeared on the podcast on the...
Episode 7.
Uncharted episode.
Nope. Hellblade episode.
Oh, wait. Oh, yes. No, yeah.
Shut down. So, yes, his pick... He put 2 up. Well, he technically put 4 up.
He did.
But we'll go with one of the picks.
I'll show you later.
Oh, okay. Eric found something funny, guys.
Just in the group chat.
Oh, okay. So, his pick, and we'll go with his first pick, because we won't talk too in-depth about it, because I have a feeling his pick's going to come up on our pick.
Yes.
But we will talk about, but we'll give general feelings. His pick was the Mass Effect trilogy. So, what do we think about the Mass Effect trilogy in general? We won't go into specific games.
Okay, because, you know, what about our lists?
Yeah, so, like I said, we'll talk about generally, because I'm pretty sure me and Eric have at least got one of these games.
I really like it.
Yeah, I really like it as well. I think it's great. First one's good, second one's fantastic, third one's pretty good. Danny, what do you think about Mass Effect? I know you're not a fan, but what do you think about Mass Effect?
It's not that I'm a fan, it's just I've never played them before. I'm interested in them, but I appreciate, like, the story making and, like, how... I like any game that allows you to romance characters.
I think every game should have romancing characters. It's a fun
mechanic. Like, and how if halfway through if you don't know about, like, that you can do it, then halfway through you find out that you can't romance this other person because the romance meter in another character is too high, blah, blah, blah. It's really fun and entertaining.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's good.
And also you get emotionally attached just to this character because you're like, my character is married or at least in love and dating this person, so I want to make sure that this relationship ends well. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
I realised I love the Mass Effect trilogy. It's been my favourite trilogy. Not anymore though. It's been replaced by another series. But it's a great series. I highly recommend if you like RPGs and sci-fi shit, then Mass Effect, or the entire trilogy, leave Andromeda out.
He did say trilogy, so obviously didn't include Andromeda.
Andromeda didn't come out in that generation.
That's true.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So yes, that's good. So the second one is from Chloe Evanson. She picked Infamous.
Okay.
On PS3.
Alright.
What is Infamous, guys? So, for those who do not know what Infamous is.
It's a video game.
Yeah.
Cool story,
It's also
bro.
a movie.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, there's a movie called Infamous. It's not about Infamous.
I was gonna say, yeah, but like, I was... Okay.
They wanted to make a game. I'm sorry, a movie based on the game, but like so many others, it just never
I
happened.
don't know how, like, the story in itself in Infamous...
And the point of Infamous wouldn't come across in the movie.
Yeah.
Because it's about choice.
Yes. That's the whole point. So, you are... I actually don't know the beginning premise of this.
You play as a guy named Cole McGrath who gets the power of lightning and powers.
Electricity, actually.
Yes, electricity. And you decide in this game you can either... It's an open world game, or the first one, and you... It's like a weird open world third person shooter, kind of.
Yeah.
Weird, but like...
Because a lot of your powers are very...
Aim and shoot.
You have a grenade, you have a sort of shotgun type of power.
Yeah, and it's a whole game of choice where you can either be a hero or a villain. What do you guys think about Infamous?
It was one of my honourable mentions.
Honourable mentions?
Yeah, so that's a now, you know.
Yeah, actually, it was one of mine as well.
This is fucking awesome.
It is, it's really cool.
Infamous wasn't one of my honourable mentions. Infamous 2 was one of my honourable mentions. Because I prefer 2 to 1. But
yeah, I never played 2.
not discrediting 2, Infamous 1, because Infamous 1's really good. It holds up really well as well. Like, despite some locomotion controls, which could be aren't as fluid as they were before, because we've had better games. Infamous 1's fucking great. I love the choice. It's like it's one of those games where your choice actually matters, and you don't get that a lot these days. A lot of games, it's superficial choice.
And
as a choice in this game isn't just like path A or path B. It's like, do you see people? Oh, there's people on the streets. What do you do? Do they need help? Do you kill them, or do you drain their energy, or do you help them up? Or there's criminals. Do you completely destroy them, or do you tie them in and stuff like that?
Or just ignore them.
Yeah, ignore. Yeah, that shit like that's really cool. Like. It's and not just
immediately affects it. Yeah. Like, because you have an infamous meter. So if you do bad shit, then you become a little bit more evil, and if you do good shit. But also, a mechanic is if you go evil, you unlock certain powers. Yeah. But it locks you out of the good powers. But if you're good, it's the other way around.
Leaves it open to play it again.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, not just for story, but I want to see what these powers do. So I'm going to
there's also
go bad.
Meters. So you can go from being neutral to being good to being, I think, like...
There's 3 bars on each.
Yeah.
It's like a semicircle.
I played it first enough to remember. So bad is Thug, Outlaw, Infamous.
Yeah.
Good is...
One of them's Protector,
and one of them's God, isn't it?
No, it's Hero is the top tier. Then it's Champion, and then it's... maybe Protector,
Yeah. And essentially, each of those levels unlock certain powers or abilities.
I really like it. This was the what's the company's called?
Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch. It's their second foray into a new series because they were known for Sly Cooper, the Sly Raccoon.
Okay, cool.
On PS2. Only the trilogy, not the Thieves in Time on PS3. This was their first foray into another game on a new generation, and I think they did it really well. And I'm a sucker for cosmetic shit, so like how the fact that you look different depending on how like it reminded me of Fable. In Fable, you look different depending on your alignment. So if you're good, you have a halo. If you're evil, you have horns.
And then
I like to get like different jackets in this game, and like you get like
like just lose all the color. Yeah, like he just doesn't look after himself.
Yeah. And it's awesome, and the gameplay's really tight. Yeah. The only issue sometimes the difficulty can ramp up a little too high, where you're like, oh well, even though I've got all these broken powers, I'm getting destroyed.
I think it was just a superhero origin story. Yeah. Did a good job of being one. Yeah.
And also the world was really cool as well. I like
Empire City.
Yeah, and also side quests really. It did everything an open world game should do, and it did it really well.
What about the story?
I really like the story. I think.
I don't know. What is
I love the characters of like.
Because isn't the story? It's just there's somebody just trying to take over the world.
No, it's like you need to get the power shards and shit, and like.
Like you deliver bomb explodes, you have powers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so people are just trying to take over the city.
Yeah.
And then after a while, you need to get the ray sphere. That's it.
Yeah, the ray
sphere.
That's
right. Yeah.
Yes. I personally prefer Infamous 2 to 1. It's got Infamous 2 improved a lot of stuff, and I think it's got a bit more of an epic story.
I like Infamous 2, but it sort of kind of shits the bed at a certain point. Like, it picks up at the very end, but when you're in Flood Town, I hate Flood Town. It just completely drops off.
It's the worst, yes. So yes, that's Infamous. We really like Infamous. Yep. That was one honorable mention that. And the last one we'll talk about is submitted by Ethan Maverick. He submitted Dead Space 1.
Yeah.
What do you think about Dead Space 1, everyone?
I like Dead Space 1, yeah.
I like it, yeah.
I know you're a big fan of it, Eric.
Yeah, I like Dead Space 2 better, but Dead Space 1
See, I've never played Dead Space 1, and I was put off because I played Dead Space 2 and I do not like Dead Space 2. I got really annoyed with Dead Space 2, and wasn't interested in it. Like, I wasn't invested in it. I was like, I think I got to a point where I got frustrated, but like, I can't be fucked playing this anymore, and then I gave up. But as a franchise, what do you guys think about Dead Space?
It's a really cool, because you start off just as like an engineer on a spaceship.
Yes.
And then...
Oh man, another update. Yes.
Engineer with an awesome suit.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. And then you end up having to use your mechanics gun to shoot aliens.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And then just shit goes real.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I liked it.
It's hectic as balls. Alright, so that's all our fan or comments. So we'll move on, but before we do, Danny, I fucked up. Can you get my Surface from the theatre?
Oh, yes, of course.
Because that's got my list on it.
Yes.
And I've got about 30 games on there.
Oh.
I was able to cut my honourable mentions down from 19 to 18. Actually, wait, no, I have another one, so it's kind of back up to 19, actually.
Oh, man. I've got so many honourable mentions. So.
We have to blast through them.
Yep. Yeah, we'll do a rapid fire.
We'll cut this.
Yeah. No, we'll cut this.
I was going to say, I was thinking honourable mentions, but I may have some honourable mentions. I know that shouldn't be how it works, but like some I do want to say, like, you know, this just missed it.
Yeah.
Some of these will make the top 10, some of these just missed
that's
out.
fair, dude. Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of overlap, especially with honourable mentions.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure you guys will have quite a few overlap on your 5, I feel like.
No.
No, I don't know about that, actually.
I know me and you won't. We've got, I think, 2 that overlap.
Yeah.
But the other ones I don't think.
I don't think we will.
Oh, okay.
I don't think anyone...
I'm actually genuinely curious. This is going to be an interesting list.
We may have 1 to overlap, but that's about it.
I know you guys definitely have 1.
Yeah.
Unless he puts it on his honourable mention. I know it's definitely on yours, Danny.
Yeah.
Oh, so we probably have 2, actually, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
But no, so there's 2 on my list that I know are just going to be on my list.
Alright.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
Who's going to go first with honourable mentions?
Who's got longest? You?
Probably me.
You do?
I have got a good 20, 30 games on there. I'll go first. Alright. And this is kind of in alphabetical order, but not really. Bayonetta, I mentioned, really good game.
Oh, yeah.
The game that got me into Platinum Games. The Bioshock trilogy, specifically Bioshock 2.
Oh, really?
Yes,
I had specifically Bioshock 1 and Infinite.
Oh, well, see,
I didn't have 2.
2's my favourite Bioshock game, which I know a lot of Bioshock fans will be like, really? I think 2 is just... I like Infinite's great, I love it, but it's a bit too railroaded for me. It's a bit it's a bit too much shooter. 1 is really good, except for that fucking ending. I hate the ending of Bioshock 1.
I've never played actually any of the Bioshock games, so what happened at the ending?
I won't spoil it because...
It's just not very well done.
It's for such a great game. The end, for the last thing that happens, the ending's a 30-second cutscene.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And it just wraps up.
It's not what actually happens, it's just a matter of quality.
Yeah. And it's really, it's just for such an epic game, it leaves such a sour taste in my mouth where I can't be like, it's perfect, because the ending pissed me off.
Yeah,
as for 2, even though the gameplay is essentially a clone, I like the fact he plays a Big Daddy. The ending is great, and like, I think it's just, I prefer 2 a bit more than 1. It's not as mind blowing as 1, but I
like
prefer
1
2.
just because it was the first, and Infinite just because I just love Columbia.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Awesome.
Next one is Blaze Blue Continuum Shift. Really good fighting game. Probably one of the best in series.
Did you live stream that one?
No, that was Chrono Phantasma.
Oh, okay.
Also with some of the weirdest names any game's ever had ever. Borderlands 2. Good game.
Just missed my honorable mention list.
Improved upon the foundations that Borderlands 1 left behind in a good way. Brutal Legend, my favourite Tim Schafer game.
Oh, yeah.
Fun game, yeah.
Really good game. Also I'm a metalhead, so of course I love that game. Danny will... Actually, all 3 of you will jump... All 2 of you will jump on this. Burnout Paradise.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yes, Burnout Paradise. Gotta get on that. It's not my favourite Burnout, but for an open world Burnout, really
Pretty good, yeah.
I had that one on my honorable
And also, it
mentions.
made me realise that destroying cars to Avril Lavigne's girlfriend is a really fun feeling. I'm not a COD fan, but Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1...
I put Modern Warfare 2 on there, yeah.
I love those games. I still do.
Modern
I
Warfare
think
2 is really
I
cool.
was going to put MW1, but I realised I've never played it on console. I've only played it on PC, so I left it out. Darksiders 1.
Oh, yeah. I put Darksiders 2.
Ah, yes. I was going to put Darksiders 2, but I realised I don't love Darksiders 2. I think it's okay.
See, I played 2 first.
Yeah. See, I adore Darksiders 1. I think Darksiders 1's a great game.
It's great.
Dark Souls 1. Gotta have that on there.
Oh, yeah.
Deus Ex Human Revolution. Gotta have that on there.
That's not the latest one, is it?
No, it's not.
Yeah, see, I didn't put that down, but that's really good. I like that one.
Despite a lot of the fans hating this game, I really enjoy it. DMC Devil May Cry. The Devil May Cry remake, which nobody fucking likes. yet it's one of the better Devil May Cry games. It's up there. It's one of the top 3. It's a lot better than 2 and 4. Devil May Cry 4 sucks balls. Dynasty Warriors Gundam. I love Gundam and I love Dynasty Warriors, so it's got to go on there. Skyrim, obviously.
Yep.
Sunk 600 hours in that game. I've got to mention that. Eternal Sonata, one of the ill-fated Xbox 360 exclusive JRPGs that when Microsoft was like, you can totally play JRPGs on the 360.
Yeah.
This is one of the other 2 good ones that survived. Where I was like, Eternal Sonata is really good. Guitar Hero Warriors Rock, the last Guitar Hero before Guitar Hero Live. I really like it. It's got more of a metal soundtrack, so I like it. Infamous 2, we mentioned. This is on your list, Eric. I know for a fact. So I will mention it briefly, but we'll go delve deep into it when it hits your list. Last of Us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Was that both? Okay, so we're going over that.
Okay.
So
I would have that one.
I adore Last of Us. I think it's fantastic, but there's other games I'd put over it.
Absolutely, yeah.
But we'll talk about it in depth when we hit your guys' lists. That's on my list, so I won't mention that. Lego Lord of the Rings.
Oh, see, I put Lego Hobbit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Only because I remember I played it on actually.
Technically, Hobbit is not this generation.
No?
Lego Hobbit's next generation. It came out on Xbox One and PS4.
Pretty sure I saw it.
You can get it on 360, but it was a PS4 Xbox One game.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, that's fine. Mass Effect Trilogy, it's already been announced.
Yeah.
Particular emphasis on Mass Effect 2.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people like 2 from what I've heard.
Max Payne 3.
Is 2 making your list? Or is 2 just not mentioned?
We'll find out.
Okay, yep.
Max Payne 3.
Yeah, good game.
Good game, really good game. I wanted this game on my list so bad, but we do have the rule of no 2 games from the same franchise on your list. So sadly, this game had to get cut.
Is it a Metal Gear game?
It's Metal Gear Rising. It's like the best hack and slash game ever made.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love it. And I know there's a lot of people that don't like it, but Metal Gear Rising's great. It's my favourite Platinum game. I've beat it like 9 times, and I love it. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, the remake.
Oh, I put that on my honourable mentions as well.
Really good game. Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction.
Yeah.
Really good game. Resident Evil 5. Let me explain before I get yelled at. Resident Evil 5 is a masterpiece in disguise, hiding behind an awful game.
Okay.
It is like...
Okay, I've never played it, so I need you to explain.
Okay, so Resident Evil 5 is heralded as the first awful Resident Evil game.
Okay.
And I completely agree. Mm-hmm. It is a bad Resident Evil game, but it's a really good co-op action-adventure shooter game. And I enjoyed the shit out of it when I played it, and I still enjoy the shit out of it. It has... If your game has zombies riding motorcycles, whipping chains at you, you're doing the right thing.
Wow.
That's a good thing. It's not perfect at all, and it has a lot of flaws. Not being able to move and shoot is a big one. The AI on single player is god awful, which I know you don't have a problem with. Eric.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad.
I couldn't stand it. But the inventory system is great. Actually playing co-op Resident Evil is a lot of fun.
Okay.
And it's got really good set piece bits in there as well. Some are ripped straight from 4, like the golem or the big troll thing.
Oh, I think I know what you mean, yeah.
But in Resident Evil 4 we fight it with the
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
That's straight out, yeah. But there's some, like...
It's cold, yeah.
There's some awesome bits, like the part in the tunnels where one person has to move the light, and the other person has to crank the light, but you all have to keep shooting enemies at the same time, so it's like... it's really good. Stuff like that is really good. I love Resident Evil 5, it's great. But, like, I will not lie, it's awful. But I love playing it to this day. Sacred 2... I played it on both PC and Xbox 360.
Mm-hmm.
It's essentially Diablo if Diablo was an open world RPG.
I think I've heard of it.
It's really good. The Xbox port is not good, but still a really good game. Soul Calibur 5.
Oh, wait. Did I play that one?
Yes, that's the one we played a lot most of.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's on PS3. Love Soul Calibur 5. It's not the best Soul Calibur. It's lacking a lot of content, but still really fun. Spec Ops The Line. Really good game.
I've been meaning to play that.
One of the probably the most unique third-person shooters, but not in gameplay, in story and concept. Really good. This game's not good, but I loved it. Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
I've never played any of
It's a Spider-Man beat-em-up game. Not beat-em-up, it's like an action game where it's like you play as 4 different Spider-Man. Normal Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man with a symbiote. Spider-Man Noir from the 40s, and Spider-Man 2099. You play as all different ones in different levels. It's really limited, and it's not like it's like just a level beat 'em up where it's like, here's your level, beat the level. Here's your level, beat the level. It's not an open world game, but I had a lot of fun playing it. Street Fighter 4 is probably the best Street Fighter game, so I like that on there. Tales of Vesperia, the only Tales game I've played, and I really like it. Danny will love this. Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Oh, I put that on my list.
Is it on your list?
Yes.
Okay,
wait.
so we'll talk about it more on your list.
That's
right. Yeah, Eric will like these.
Yes.
And I'm a big fan of these. The Transformers War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron.
I haven't played those ones in a while.
They are great games. They're really good third-person shooters. Again, but that also delve into the past Transformers. It's really good. This is on Eric's list, I know for a fact, so we'll talk about it more on Eric's list. Uncharted 2.
Yep.
We'll leave it there. Warhammer 40k Space Marine, really good game. Batman Arkham Asylum and City.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I've got that on my honorable mentions as well.
Fable 2. Really like Fable 2. It is the downfall of Fable, but I really like it. The Gears of War trilogy with emphasis on 2 and 3.
Oh yeah.
Shit!
I could have put that on my list as well because I played through it.
Gears of War 1's great, but going back now, it's my least favorite. It's not as exciting, and it's well made, and it's still a lot of fun, but it's not as epic as 2 and 3. 2 and 3 I think are fucking amazing. Halo 3, 4, and Reach with emphasis on Halo Reach. Naruto Rise of a Ninja, really good game, and last one, Mortal Kombat 9.
Yeah.
Really good fighting game. Alright, so that's all my honorables. Who's up next for their honorable mentions?
How many have you got?
I've got like 15.
Okay, so
I'm surprised I didn't get any more on your guys' list. Go Eric, you're next.
So honorable mentions are Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh yes, fair
I
enough.
still think the best one in the series.
It's really good Assassin's Creed.
And I couldn't put 4 on there because 4 would be next generation.
Yes.
Bioshock 1 and 3, we already talked about that.
Yep.
Arkham City specifically. Arkham City was very close to getting on the list. If I had to do a top 10, Arkham City would be on the list.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2, really, really good, as we've already mentioned.
Yeah.
Skyrim, as we already talked about.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be on the list as well. Fallout 3 and New Vegas.
Yeah, I hate 3, but I do enjoy New Vegas.
I couldn't decide, so I just did either of them. Sunk so many hours into them.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Love them both.
Yeah.
Far Cry 3.
Oh yeah. Shit, I love
Set the precedent of that genre.
Yeah.
Started it, essentially ruined it.
Yeah.
That's how good it was.
Did you play through both endings?
Yep.
Yeah. That would be cool. I love that.
Yeah, just so much fun.
I haven't played 3, but I have a lot of respect for Far Cry 3.
Yeah, it's really good. GTA 5.
Oh yes, you're right.
A lot of good fun playing that, yep.
Yeah.
We'll talk about GTA more a bit later.
Yes.
This is... this is on both your list? God of War 3?
Oh, yeah.
Not on my list.
On my list.
Because technically, I haven't played it properly. I've only played bits of it.
Yeah, it's definitely on my list. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Infamous, as we already talked about. Uncharted 3, I really like. I know you're not the biggest fan of that.
No, not a big fan of Uncharted 3.
But I still really like it.
Yeah. I enjoy it, but I'm not huge on it.
Resistance 2.
Oh, yeah.
I really like it. I think it's the best in the series.
I was going to put it on, but I keep remembering all the frustrating parts where I'm like, fuck.
I think they did an excellent job with the world building.
Oh, yeah.
I just love all
and technically, that game is a fucking, masterpiece of just, what they pulled off at the time on
it's a weird game. It's a weird sort of sci-fi game, but Insomniac, I just think did a really good job.
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank, A Crack in Time.
See, I haven't played Crack in Time properly.
Crack in Time's really good.
Yeah. The only ones I've played on PS3 are Tilted Destruction and Quest of Booty. And then more or less the same game. So.
I think Crack in Time may be the second best one they've made after number 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. MGS4, it's on your list, isn't it?
Maybe.
Yeah. So I'll let you talk about that more. Mass Effect 3, we've already mentioned.
Yes.
Journey. Yeah, that was on my honorable mentions.
Really good. Portal 2. That was very close to making my actual list.
Wait, I really hope one of my uni friends comments saying, but Kyle, have you played Portal 2?
Portal 2 is so good, man. Like I said, I really wanted to make the list because it's just pretty much perfectly designed.
Yeah.
And last but not least, the game that made me love indie games, Limbo.
Oh,
Limbo's still amazing.
Limbo.
Yeah.
I remembered last minute, Limbo.
Man,
still amazing.
Fuck.
I got stuck on one of the puzzles.
Limbo's hard, yeah.
Alright. That's a good honorable mentions list. Danny, you're up.
Alright, okay.
Blow us away, or leave us disappointed.
I will leave out the ones that
have already been mentioned.
Yeah, have already been mentioned, so I won't mention Journey in that. I put in Ho Hokum, which I don't think anyone in the history of...
Nope.
Yeah.
You're the only person ever who's played Ho Hokum.
I'm not going to explain it. You play as a rainbow kite that looks like a snake. That's all I'm going to explain. Gran Turismo 5...
Prologue.
Yeah, no, the prologue, clearly.
GT5, no.
GT5 Prologue, yes.
Oh, wait, no, sorry. Wrong list. Journey's not on my top 5, but...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, which you've already mentioned, Burnout Paradise, Darksiders 2.
Yes.
Because that was the first one that I actually played. I didn't actually play 1 until much later.
Yeah.
The Halo remaster, so...
Oh, Anniversary, yes, for Halo 1.
Yeah, because I played the original on PC, but I did play the remaster on Xbox as like a tester. But it's really pretty.
Yeah.
Killzone 3.
Yeah.
That, I love the ending. I remember, I can't remember who I was playing it with. We both were just kind of figuring out why the game ended with you destroying the Helgen's world.
Yeah.
And just exploding it.
I've never been the biggest fan of Killzone.
I love it.
Because I was a bit burnt on the first game.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like the first game that much.
That, and I also liked the PS4 one, which I've forgotten.
Shadowfall?
Yeah.
I'm really the only person who likes Shadowfall, because everyone I've talked to about Shadowfall says it's garbage.
I don't like Shadowfall.
yeah. I don't know. I'm a big... It's interesting, because it's...
Shadowfall disappoints me more than anything else.
Yeah.
I don't think I hate it, actually. I'm very disappointed.
Yeah.
On its own, it's really good, but a part of a franchise, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Wipeout HD Fury.
Yeah, boy.
Which I actually got from... as part of a free game, as part of the PS3 hack.
But you guys got hacked. Xbox 360 for life. Secure net.
Xbox got hacked as well.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
I didn't.
Didn't it?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You just told yourself that to deal with the fact. Superior network. Woo!
I don't know.
That was me in high school when Eric and all them got hacked. I was like, oh, 360!
Bad times.
Superior network.
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, which you already mentioned. Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, I'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay.
and I've on this podcast, I've already voiced my... Oh, have I?
You might have, yeah.
I think I might have already voiced my... In summation, I don't like Red Dead Redemption. Moving on.
Okay. Prototype.
Get out, Danny. You've been fired.
I'm
doing a Disney and firing you. You've got differing opinions to mine.
I'm not a big fan of number 2, but I like...
I like Prototype 2. I think Prototype 2 is good. See,
that's the thing, is that I think I liked... I probably am looking at it in the wrong way, but I liked number 1 because it was different. Question mark, maybe. I don't know.
Prototype was the product of false advertising.
Why?
Because they were like, be anything, you become thing. And
see, I didn't see any advertising.
I did, I was disappointed.
And it was just like, be anything, and then, again, we were kids when that game was coming out. It was like, whoa, get to be anything. No, just get to have some powers.
Plus, playing the Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction, being like, this is the Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction again.
See, I never played
that. And also, there's a lot of I remember getting really mad at the game. I was just like, I think I enjoyed Prototype 2 because they got rid of, again, the she design of how the city is too big in the first game.
And it's also very ugly.
Yeah, in the first game it's ugly, but also the buildings are too big. Like, you're always bumping into buildings. Like, oh, cool. As my Prototype 2 was like, let's take the skyscrapers and let's take the idea of having every building be a skyscraper be out of the game and have it be an actual city, and then you get to actually bounce along rooftops and run around and shit.
Yeah.
And and 2 had a better protagonist in the form of a yelling black man instead of a depressed metal singer. Like, that's what I call Alex Mercer because I hate him so much. And then getting to beat him up at the end of 2 was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Like, it was great. I actually 100% completed Prototype 2. I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
And then you got more powers, and they were customizable as well.
Oh, see, I never played I didn't play past a certain point in number 2 because I got stuck, and so I got frustrated.
Yeah. But yes, no. Okay, continue. Prototype.
I don't know how to recover from that.
Just roasted. I like Prototype. No.
Arkham Asylum.
I put that on mine. Yeah.
I liked City, but I liked Asylum more.
Asylum has a nice, like, cozy feeling to it.
I have trouble going back to Asylum.
It was a good introduction to the Arkham series.
Yeah.
Sure. Like, they did it really well.
But it is, like, even though it's great, and I still think it is great, it is now in the shadow of City, where City is near on perfect.
See, I'm not a big fan of City. I don't know why.
Really?
I finished it. Like, I don't know. I did like wait, which one is the Arkham game where Joker's sick?
City.
Yeah.
Okay,
City,
yeah. See, that was cool in a way, but apart from that,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. See, I think City was the natural progression of Asylum, but if you added like, steroids into that as well, it made a perfect game.
Agree with that. Oh yeah, because we had roided up.
No, I mean in the analogy that like the game is so much more because like taking that Arkham concept into open world worked perfectly. The story is great. The story of Arkham or Asylum is great. Asylum City is great. Followed closely by the story of Origins.
Yeah.
I really like the story of Origins. But like Asylum City works on every single level. Like I can't think of any flaws in City, to be honest. I don't know. What are you?
I like City a lot. That's why I was so close to making the list. Yeah, so close.
Yeah, but that's cool that you don't like those. Yeah, it's like different.
I still like it, but it's just not as much. As Asylum. But Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls, because I'm
gonna keep quiet about that.
So I played it for actually no. Yeah, the way it went was that
it's not a video game; it's a movie.
I was just about to make a joke like that.
Oh my god!
I was gonna say you played it. I saw it.
Ha ha ha.
Continue, Danny.
It's roast Danny time.
Yeah,
apparently.
Yeah.
To be fair, we're kind of roasting It the movie for having a name like It.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's very true.
Yeah.
Anyways, the way it was, I first saw my dad play it, and I thought it was really cool, and then. I'd say maybe a few years later, I found a pre-owned copy
on the PlayStation.
Yeah, of PlayStation 3 of Oblivion, and I got I don't know, I just mucked around, and then I realized I was still after playing Skyrim, I missed playing with console ability, so I bought Oblivion on PC, and so. I now play it only on PC. But it's Oblivion was what got me into the Elder Scrolls thing, and I, as much as not many people like it, I love Oblivion to this day.
A lot of people love Oblivion.
Yeah.
You just spent a lot of time with me in my Oblivion hating way.
Yeah, so I've probably just been like, oh hey, no one likes Oblivion.
Well, I don't like it, and not because it's got a lot of flaws, but not because it's bad, because same thing happened with me in GTA San Andreas. Didn't play it when it was new. If you didn't, at least for me, Oblivion, especially with Morrowind as well, if you didn't play it when it was new,
that's the problem, is that you need to play it when it was new.
Yeah, so...
When
10 years too late.
Yeah, when Skyrim didn't exist.
Yeah, so when you guys, when a lot of people play it, it's when a lot of people, I love Oblivion, did you play it when it was new? And they go, yeah. I'm like, okay, so all those flaws that you like, oh, I played it when it was new, so it's fine, that nostalgic sense that you get, if you go to me and say, Kyle, Metal Gear Solid 1 is bad because of all these flaws, I will disagree because even though I didn't play it when it was new, but I can be I know, I can see past all, it does have flaws. As where, with me, if you go, okay, Oblivion's great, I'm like, no, it's not, because I can see all the flaws that a lot of people because it was new when it came out, it's those people who played it when it was new, they can see past all that. They're I can see past the broken leveling system, and a lot of these other issues.
You heard it here first, folks. It was new when it came out.
Yes. I just realised I said that. It was a bit dumb. But yeah, no, stuff like that was where I can't see past it. I'm like, no, it's bad. It's bad. But I do see why people like it at the same time. It's the same thing with me in San Andreas. I didn't play it was new, therefore I can't get into it. Because it's too old now.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But yes.
Alien vs. Predator, but specifically the Alien campaign.
Oh, that's the worst one though.
No, but it was short and it was fun because you had the most freedom in movement.
Predator, you had to run around and throw sticks at people and blow people up. It was awesome.
Yeah, but that's it.
Cool.
Yeah. I've essentially argued with everyone. Not argued, but I've been
You've disagreed
on for the last 6 points.
Okay, so before we go on, you're not a fan of Journey.
No. But I respect Journey though. I think Journey's bad. I don't like personally. I don't enjoy it.
Need for Speed, Burnout, Darksiders, and Halo. You're okay with?
Yeah.
Killzone, nope. Wipeout, yes.
Yeah, I like Wipeout.
Why did I write Need for Speed twice?
It's that good.
Red Dead Redemption, nope. Prototype, nope. Arkham Asylum, kind of.
Oh, I love Arkham Asylum.
That's why I said kind of.
Yeah.
Oblivion, nope. AVP, nope. It's like, hey, what's Danny's honorable mentions? Anything that Kai doesn't like.
Yeah, essentially it.
What about Assassin's Creed Brotherhood? Because that's next on my list.
I like Brotherhood. I think it's a good game.
Okay. That was my introduction to the series.
My introduction was Assassin's Creed 1, boy.
And then I went from there to Black Flag, which is also on my list.
No, I have to apply it. I have to apply Eric's rule onto you.
What?
That doesn't count as his generation. Because it came out on PS4 and Xbox One. Therefore, I'm counting it as 8th generation.
Alright, I'll get rid of it.
Yep. Get rid of it.
Call of Juarez Bound in Blood.
See, I've never played it, so...
It's really fun, because you were given the option throughout the game to play as either of the brothers.
Okay.
In a van.
In a van, oh.
The Rick and Morty. Oh, fuck! Rick and Morty, that's another thing we're meant to talk about. We'll talk about it after.
We'll end on a short, nice note.
Rick and Morty. Oh no, Rick and Morty is going to be series discussions, because... But yes, continue, Danny.
Diablo 3, because I played it first on PS3.
Fair enough.
And then went to PS4, and then went to PC.
Because of me. I was like, don't play it on that peasant console.
And then, you've already mentioned Far Cry 3, but also Far Cry 2.
Wasn't Far Cry 2 on...
No, Far Cry 2.
Oh, yes, no, it was on that generation. I was thinking of Far Cry 1. Primal Instinct.
So that's all of my list.
So that's all our honorables?
That's all of Kai's games that he doesn't like.
True. Alright, I want to go last. So the actual 5 favourite games.
Yes.
Yep.
So, who wants to go first?
I think...
You want to go first, Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I probably should, alright.
Okay.
So, I guess if we've got one that sort of, matches, we'll talk about it. We've got one that's the same, which we will, yeah.
Yes.
So, did anyone have Uncharted 2?
No, I didn't have Uncharted 2.
Right.
Honorable mentions, I had Uncharted 2,
yeah.
but not further than that.
But, I just, chuck that as number... It's my number 5. Everything else is a bit kind of blurry from here on.
I've got an order of which I'm going to reveal them, but not what I'd rank them.
Yeah.
Just,
Uncharted 2 is definitely my 5th, but everything else is just kind of blurry.
I do, because you've talked about it at length. My favourite Uncharted changes depending what mood I'm in. It's either 2 or 4. And we've talked about it, like, yours is definitely 2.
Yeah, mine is a 2, yeah.
It's like, it depends on what day, because I've been there, so I'm like, 2 is better than 4. Then the other day, I'm like, no, I prefer 4. 4 is better than 2.
4 is better than 2.
But I do love Uncharted 2. Uncharted 2 is a fucking amazing game.
Yeah.
Like, it is one of the standouts of the series. And you should play it, Danny.
I'll try.
Because it's so good.
Alright.
What's the next one on your list, Eric?
Do you want to talk about 2 at all?
Oh, you can talk about 2.
So I got 2 for my birthday. Because it came out, I think it was my birthday just after it came out.
Yeah.
And I was really sick then, and I had to stay home, and I decided to play it. I remember I just played the first one, and I liked it, but I was expecting to play the first one again, essentially.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I remember from the get-go, the fact within the first hour, it's just so varied.
Yeah.
It just completely caught me off guard.
Game opens on a train hanging off a cliff. You've been shot. You're bleeding out. You have to climb up a train that's falling off a cliff. And then we move from that to a heist.
Yeah, to a heist into the jungle.
Yeah, like... It's ridiculous. I love Uncharted 2.
Just utterly loved it. Yeah, it looks amazing.
Perfected a lot of the gameplay that the first one had.
Yeah, did a lot better.
The writing is so much more tighter in the second game as well. Like, the second game has much more... Like, the writing in the first game...
It's a bit forced in the first game.
Yeah, as in the second game it felt natural, and also great characters. They introduced Chloe into our lives.
Flynn.
And Flynn, yes.
Flynn's good.
And all of that stuff.
I just thought it was paced a lot better as well.
Yeah, Uncharted, yes. See, 2 did the thing that 3 didn't do, at least for me. Is 3 felt all over the place. That's why 2 was like, here is our adventure. Let's go. And then 3 was like, here's our adventure. Where did our adventure go? Like, stuff like that. Like, yeah, no, Uncharted 2 is fucking amazing. Like, so I'd probably say it's the best, but not my favourite. But again, I prefer Uncharted 4 mood today. Tomorrow I'll be like, oh, Uncharted 2 is better.
Why did I get in on this? Shall we talk about Mass Effect 2?
Yeah, let's talk about Mass Effect 2.
Alright, I'll just leave the room for now.
That's a nice game they've made there.
That is. How many?
Quite like it.
11 playthroughs on a fucking
sake.
50-hour long game. No, and like I haven't done any DLC either. I've just been playing the game over and over. Like,
I mean, 2 only had Arrival.
Yeah, I don't know. It had another one, didn't it? It had a few.
No, it only had
Arrival, and it had
Oh well, I had all of them from the get go.
Oh yeah.
Because I played on PS3, so I never had
they'd be all integrated into the store, into the
was
mission.
one of them called like Firewalker?
Yeah. So
Firewalker. Layer of the Shadow Broker.
That's it. Shadow Broker.
I remember Layer of the Shadow Broker. What's it called? Firewalker. The one where you go to the.
I can't remember.
The machine guy.
I still can't remember.
Yeah.
No. Mass Effect 2 is probably action adventure RPG masterpiece at its finest.
At its best.
Like, I really enjoy Mass Effect 1. Like, before going, what did you think about Mass Effect 1, Eric?
I can see the roots of a good game.
Yeah. I remember I didn't like Mass Effect 1 when I first played it, because I was overhyped on it, and then when I played it, I was like, the concept's there, the game's not really
not
there.
Quite. Story's there, the concept's there.
Yeah, but it was held back by pretty average shooting mechanics. I love me some complex RPG mechanics. Mass Effect is over complex, where it's like, what am I meant to put stats into? And having to, every time you get a new piece of gear, work it down the levels, like, I equip this, and then pause, go to your other person, and having to pick your individual ammo, as we're in Mass Effect 2, it's just it's an ability, so you can be like, cool, ammo, pick, and then all that stuff. But, like, the story of Mass Effect 1 is gold. Like, I think Mass Effect 1's story is perfect, but Mass Effect 2 also has a perfect story. Great cast of characters.
Oh, sure,
improved shooting. And
finding them all, loyalty missions, great stuff.
Yeah. They streamlined the RPG elements to a point where it wasn't dumb, but it wasn't, you spend 10 minutes looking at a stat screen going like, should I get that? Like, it was quick, and it was such an enjoyable game, and the fact that if you didn't upgrade, like, your ship and stuff, if you went to do the suicide mission, you'd get fucked over.
It's a journey, that game. Yeah. It's just a hell of a journey.
Yeah. And it's never dull. Like, ever dull. Like, I love every mission in that game. The side quests are relevant to the story. They're not like Mass Effect 1, where there's no fucking point to do them at all.
Yeah, but don't stop the maker on the podcast.
Fuck the maker.
Yeah, fucking maker.
The only issue... Actually, no. Mass Effect 2 does have an issue, but for PC players, this isn't an issue. Is mining ore on planets on console.
Yes, fuck that.
Why? What's the problem with that?
So you have to do it and do it and do it and do it and do it.
You need to get resources in Mass Effect 2 to get upgrades for shit. And if you don't upgrade certain things in this game, if you get to the suicide mission, you're going to lose teammates. As in, they die perma.
But isn't that why it's called a suicide mission?
Yes, but you're meant to be able to do it. The whole goal is you can do it without losing anyone.
Alright.
So to do
you can lose one person, but they're not from your team.
Yeah, but your main core team, you can do it without losing anyone. And from second playthrough on, I did it every playthrough. I knew how to do it. But to do it properly, not just that, to upgrade things in general, you need resources.
Yes.
To do that, you need to probe planets. And how that works is you go in the space, you find the planet, and it brings it up, and you go, alright, cool, probe, and this cursor goes up, and you move this cursor over the planet, and you go, boo, and you find it. The issue with this is, it's really, really slow on console. It's like, and the marker's like,
is it because it's like mouse movement, but using
and then on PC, it moves as fast as your mouse. So you're like, click, click, click,
I don't
click,
think
click,
that's
click.
you have to keep doing it.
Yeah, and
you don't have to, because you can still get, the Shadow Broker, you can get a bunch of resources from that.
If you don't have DLC though.
Yeah, but you don't need that many. The thing is, if I see a planet that hasn't been mined, I've got to mine it.
Yes,
and I've got to do everything in the game.
And I'm just
absolutely.
I'm sitting there like, I'm so bored.
I've got to mine Uranus.
Yeah.
It's already mined out.
Yeah. Hey-oh. No, Mass Effect 2 is pretty flawless.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. And 3 is also... Ramsay, 3 is great. I don't give a fuck how bad the ending is. 3 is still good. Which I know is weird, because I just riffed on Bioshock for having a shitty ending. But 3, it's still good. But yes. Can you do your list, Eric?
Oh, Red Dead Redemption.
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys
It's on your list as well.
No, that was on my
honorables.
Honourable mentions, yeah.
But anyway,
we can still talk about it a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You guys can.
That's why I left it.
I remember when it came out, being super hyped for it because it just seemed, a cowboy game.
An open world cowboy game.
Yeah, a Rockstar open world cowboy game.
So good.
Yeah.
And it just didn't disappoint me. I have 100%ed it, I think, a couple times because it's a challenge, but it's definitely doable. It's not like a GTA game where it's just dumb. It's stupid. Like, you have to do stupid shit. No, it's very possible.
Yeah.
It's rewarding. There's, treasure mapping, taming horses,
I love
hunting.
That. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I still remember
collecting guns.
I think it was one of the first missions where you meant to go out to this hideout where these bandits are, and I think for a solid 2 days while I was playing it when it first got out, I didn't actually do the mission because I was just having so much fun just riding my horse and exploring, and
so
and then going to another town and then hitching my horse onto the tires and then be like,
it just felt so good to do everything in that game.
Yeah.
Even the actual shooting and the way enemies take shots.
Yeah.
It just feels fantastic.
I I said I don't like Red Dead Redemption. That's not entirely true. I love my first 10 hours were pure joy of that game.
You played 10 hours of it, but then you don't like it?
Okay, so from then on, once the glamour of first playing Red Dead Redemption faded, and I was like, okay, I'm now playing a game. There's a big issue in Red Dead Redemption, and not nobody, I've talked to a few people who agree, or they see where I'm coming from. There's a big issue. I hate doing favors for people in that game, because the whole second half of that plot before the end is you just doing shit for people.
Yeah.
But the plot never felt, I was like, oh cool, if I do this, then he's gonna lead me to this guy, and he's gonna be like, alright, go talk to my friend Jimmy. Alright, cool, I will. Hey, I will help you. But yeah, I need you to go do this for me. I'm like, alright, it's a game, I understand, I'll go do that. 50 fucking missions, oh, not really 50, but like 10 missions later, I'm still helping people out to find the one dude I was meant to find 5 hours ago. And it's really fucking annoying and shit like that. And then that just, like, I'm not a big fan of Rockstar gameplay, but like, when that annoyed me, I went from being like, I like this game, to being like, fuck this game, I'm sick of running around doing errands for people.
I don't mind that, because at the very least it seemed to be aware of that, because Joey isn't just taking them.
I know, but at the same time, like, still in gameplay terms, I'll still get annoyed. I was like, I'm sick of helping people out. I want answers to my problems. Like, but I don't know. I feel like if I went back and played it, I wouldn't have the same issue now. But back then, I was
just most games.
Yeah. But it just felt very apparent in Red Dead Redemption. At least to me, I don't know. I'm probably a fucking idiot. But like, but yes, continue. Sure.
Going to Mexico, going up north.
The Mexico part was good.
Mexico's fun.
It did have good variety.
Wearing a poncho, shooting some banditos, getting killed by a jaguar. Those are the things I like in the game.
Yeah. It did have some fun.
Getting killed by a jaguar by surprise.
Oh yeah, being leaped at by
it had some great missions. I will give it that. And like, it's conducive to role playing.
The music.
Oh yeah, the music.
When when a vocal song kicks in. Yeah. When you go to Mexico, when you get your family back. It's so good.
I will say it's really conducive to role playing as well. Yeah. You can play it any way you want, and it fits the story. Yeah. Which I like. That's a plus. No, we'll not rob Red Dead.
Gambling all day.
Oh yes. Yes. Next is
fantastic. Yeah.
I'm excited for Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes.
Despite me not liking Red Dead Redemption that much, but I am excited.
Did you play was it a Halloween DLC?
Oh, Undead Nightmare.
Yes. I did enjoy Undead Nightmare quite a fair bit.
Yeah.
But yes.
That to me was actually kind of my trouble with Undead Nightmare, was just I'm just going around saving everyone.
Yeah.
It's like
it's like flipped. So you were like with Undead Nightmare, you were like, oh, it's the same thing as well. I'm like,
I'd rather do more missions than just go and save every single town.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright, so your next game, Eric?
Nicole! GTA is my next game.
Is this your fourth or fifth game?
It's my fourth.
It's fitting.
Yep.
GTA 4.
Oh, that's very clever.
Yep.
I love GTA 4, and I think that there is a reason. It's the second, I think after Breath of the Wild, it's tied for the second best reviewed game of all time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. After Ocarina of Time.
I've never played GTA 4, but I've played Ballad of Gay Tony.
Yeah. Ballad of Gay Tony probably is the funnest way to play it.
Yeah. Yes, because you about GTA
But
4.
yeah, it's just an epic story. I love Liberty City, getting to know it. I think GTA 4 probably has the best soundtrack of any of them.
Oh, yeah.
Much better than 5's, yeah.
5 soundtrack's better.
Even Vice City's, looking back, it's not that good.
Oh, no, yeah.
It's a lot of just, they couldn't have gotten better 80s hits than this.
Yeah.
There's, some amazing hits. They've got Billie Jean. I think they may have Africa.
Yeah. Billie Jean, Africa. Love that song.
But no, it felt so good. Just the progression. That's what GTA 5 was lacking for me. And that's my main issue is GTA 5. There's a lot more you can do on it.
Yeah.
I didn't care about it though. I didn't care about playing tennis or golf in GTA 5. I didn't care about all this extra shit.
Doing yoga.
GTA 5's strength lied in its multiplayer.
Yes.
Its single player was pretty meh, but its multiplayer was its strength.
I think that's what they were focusing on this time though. At least that's what I thought.
GTA 5 still has a pretty massive player base at the moment.
It still does.
Which is very impressive.
Huge, yeah.
And also, the most fun I've ever had with GTA 5 is on multiplayer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Easily with that. I played my first stint of GTA 5 when I got to play it story mode. I did a 14-hour long session.
Oh wow.
My first ever. I started playing at 6, and I was up until still playing till 9 a.m. the next day.
Jesus.
So I started at 6 p.m. and I was up till 9 p.m. the next day.
Actually, that was Skyrim.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did some dangerous playing with Skyrim. Oh, 600 hours of my life has gone to that game. 500 on one character as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
But going back to it, even the multiplayer in GTA 4 was a lot of fun. Obviously, it's a lot basic compared to GTA 5.
I had a lot of fun playing GTA 4 when we went over to shout out to Troy. When we used to go over to his house, that's when I played a lot of 4. I just realised I played a lot of 4 at his house. And playing with all of us there was a lot of fun. We do random shit where it's like, you'd start a massacre and who could survive the longest. Like, was the winner and shit, or like, doing funny glitches and shit.
Yeah, like that, like the swing set glitch, that's famous. Yeah. I like the car physics in GTA 4. I think it's good they feel heavy.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like them, yeah.
But no, I don't think there's anything wrong with them. You know, going to the DLC, they're both fantastic.
Oh, yeah. I really enjoy Ballad.
Lost and Damned is good for what it is. It's, probably the best biker game ever made. And the Battle of Gay Tony.
Right to Hell Retribution.
And the Battle of Gay Tony is just fucking bananas, and it's what makes it so good.
What is it called?
Ballad of Gay Tony.
Gay Tony.
Yeah.
But is that one word or 2 words?
Gay Tony.
Yeah.
I love it.
He's your boss, Gay Tony. He's a character.
He runs a strip club and you work for him.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Nightclub, yeah.
Nightclub, yes.
He runs a couple, actually. Yeah, he's got a gay and straight
A nightclub where you can bang a lot of the waitresses.
And you can get into sick dance competitions, particularly the gay nightclub. It just goes off. Like, you'll get challenged by a guy.
That's amazing.
So great. GTA 4 is cool. I haven't played a lot of it, but from all the fun, like, doing the skydiving missions where it's like who can get the most epic death, where like you'd helicopter up to the top of a building and like jump off and who gets the highest death. That's really dark.
But even that, just like, there's that stuff you can do, but I just found, I was surprised by how good I just enjoyed the mob story in GTA 4.
It's really good, so what's your final game, Eric?
Oh, Last of Us, matey.
Yeah, that's the same as mine.
Let's start the Last of Us.
Do you want to do a joint? Like
Yeah.
Okay, so do you...
It's not on my list, but...
Okay.
Do you want to do yours now?
Well, no, do yours. I'm gonna go last.
Okay,
right. Yeah.
So we'll start with Last of Us, considering what it's.
Do you want to do it? We'll do it first. Oh, we'll do it last. Yeah.
Yeah. No, as in like we'll do it as my. Wait, no.
We'll
sorry.
do it as your first, because it's a good segue. Because Last of Us isn't on mine. It's all one.
Yeah. All right. So we'll do my Last of Us as first, and then as your last one.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll talk about it now. Yeah.
So Last of Us is being talked about. It's part of Dave's list and Eric's list.
Can we talk about it third, please?
I'm sorry. I got my note up.
It's okay, Danny.
All right. What do you like about it?
Everything.
Yeah. All right.
Moving on.
Yeah. No, there's nothing that I don't like about it.
Yeah.
I picked the difficulty because I didn't know how
hard it was going to be.
Yeah. So I picked
a pretty hard game, to be honest.
Even on normal, your first time,
Well, I picked a difficulty where I was able to conserve most of my bullets apart from a massive shootout, so I was able to just kill people with like bottles and bricks and shit like that. But I don't know.
The trick of Last of Us is trying to kill people without shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because bullets are sacrilege, yeah. And you're like, how can I kill this
The only gripe I have with it is that Ellie can run through an entire wall of enemies
and not get spotted.
I never had that on mine. I've never had it.
Uncharted Lost Legacy does it as well.
Yeah.
I noticed it with Uncharted, but I've never had it with The Last of Us.
I had it with Last of Us once, where she just ran past 3 dudes, and I was like...
Yeah.
Never had it. So I've never had my immersion broken before.
Yeah. See, I did. I had a couple of times, and... it was... But apart from that, it's great. Like... I became so emotionally invested with characters.
Everyone did. Yeah.
I was in love with the story, the world, just everything about it was so good.
Last of Us is a true testament to how strong you can tell a story with the medium of video games.
Yes.
Like, I remember because I didn't play. I was so late to Last of Us because I didn't have a PS3.
I remember.
And You and a lot of...
I wasn't able to play it the day it came out because the store that I ordered it from had a power outage.
Oh, yes.
And by the time I went there, they just said, like... Because the power, I think, came back on, but EB Games wouldn't bother reopening.
Yeah.
That I felt late to the party.
Yeah.
Because review copies of that game went out about 10 days earlier.
Yeah, and they were all talking about how fantastic the game was.
Yeah.
I remember, like, having you and Troy talking about it all the fucking time. And I was like, alright. Because at the time, like, I'm not going to get a PS3 anytime soon because I'm a broke teen. I'm a broke high schooler. So I wikied the entire plot. No, you watched it all on YouTube.
Oh,
and then when I started working, I was like, I should buy a PS3. And the first game I bought on PS3 was Last of Us.
Yeah.
Followed quickly by Uncharted and Metal Gear Solid 4. Those were the three. Was Last of Us, Uncharted, and Metal Gear Solid 4 the reasons why I bought a PS3. But I remember playing it and just being like, holy shit. I remember the first time I ever played it was at yours, Eric. And you were like, you should come over and play the beginning of Last of Us. This is before I looked at it on YouTube or wikied anything. So I had no idea. And I went over to yours and I was like, that infamous opening... that everyone...
Oh, see, I got that opening spoiled to me because I was at the time watching a bunch of YouTubers.
Yeah, see, I feel like that is... I'm not dissing as well. I feel like that is literally the worst way to experience
it. Oh, no, I agree totally. Like
the best way to experience is to have no idea what's going to happen and just sit down and be like, oh, fuck!
It didn't ruin the experience, though, for anything less. Like, I was even prepared and I still bawled my eyes out. Shout out to our lecturer who... every games unit we have done in university has shown it as a way of doing, I think, is it called? Emotioneering?
Emotioneering, yeah, storytelling in games.
And
I've heard that word before, emotioneering.
Yeah, I know, right, dude?
It's a cool word, but yeah, it's shown every single time, and every time I prepare myself, but I still cry.
You see, like, in the class, almost.
It's great.
I remember when I first played it, because I played it at yours, obviously, because like we were hanging out. I was like, yeah, that's sad. And then when I first played it at by myself, I was just like, I want to kill myself. I'm fucking done.
And that's another thing is just being able to play the game. I had no idea about the beginning.
Yeah.
Just being able to play it. I played it over 3 days, 3 5-hour sessions.
Jesus.
Yeah. With just pretty much no contact from anyone else. That made it so much better.
Yeah, and Last of Us is an experience.
Yes.
It's one of the things, I could not play that in a session, not because it's impossible, I mean, I'd have to take breaks. There was, at the end of summer, I had to,
end of every season,
I had to be
really good, yeah.
Fuck, end of winter particularly, where I was
shit.
End of winter, I kept going, end of winter, I definitely stopped, because that's the spoilers, the David part of the game.
End of autumn, I had to stop.
Yeah, is it autumn's the last one, isn't it?
No,
spring's the last one. Autumn's last. It's awesome. Autumn's
when Joel gets
impaled. Yeah, and you're like, see, I didn't stop because I was too intrigued. I was like, what? I need to see where this goes. And then in winter, I'm like, I need to.
I did
turn
stop.
the game off.
I did stop that.
Yeah.
I did not touch that.
That game has so many intense moments. Everything is so memorable. The giraffe scene,
I love the giraffe scene.
The brothers you meet up with who screw you over, but you realize they weren't doing it to be mean. They're trying to survive.
It's just two brothers.
Isn't the father and son?
No, they're brothers.
Okay.
They're brothers.
All right.
And then all the backstory and all the things they don't tell you about Joel's full backstory between his daughter dying and where he is now.
Having actually good, notes left in the game, not just it doesn't feel forced.
Yeah,
they actually feel realistic.
The theory Joel might have been a hunter, one of the hunters before. And that's why I know so much about him and all those little stuff and how great the AI is and how great the graphics are and how the soundtrack.
It's so good, yeah. All the sound design's amazing.
Gustavo Santaolalla is amazing.
Yeah, I've put that soundtrack on randomly. I just want to listen to some sweet acoustic guitar music and then either Ellie's theme will come on or the and I'll just be my soul. It's one of the most emotionally riveting games ever made. And it's so good because the gameplay is so simple. It's a survival horror game.
Yeah.
We run around. Well, maybe not horror, but it has horror elements to it.
It's a spooky game.
Yeah, but it has it's just you craft shit. You got guns. You have health. You shoot things. Levels. It's fairly linear. Here's the game, but let's chuck on.
But you've got multiple pathways though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's chuck on one of the most emotionally riveting stories in the history of gaming ever.
In the ending, I remember.
And some of the best mocap ever as well, and well directed.
And in my opinion, one of the best endings ever.
Oh yes.
I remember.
I won't name the person who, but I remember you went off at someone in high school for saying the ending of Last of Us was shit, Eric. You were like,
I can't even remember, but yeah, it sounds like me.
Yeah, you were like, no, it's fucking not.
Yeah.
And the person was like, oh. And I grabbed.
Oh no, I think I do remember.
Yeah.
Was it actually at high school?
Yeah, it was at high school. Yeah, it was at high school.
So I remember doing it to someone from high school.
No, yeah. But no, I will say I agree that the ending of Last of Us is writing genius. Where it's
it's incredible.
And I am so pumped for part 2.
What's it called? That's what I'm looking for. Ambiguity done right.
Yeah. Where it's just
because you're not
enough
sure.
climactic shit to be I'm not leaving disappointed, but there's enough to be I have enough to interpret by myself.
And you're not sure how you feel about it as well.
And you're like, holy shit, that's deep. And then, like...
And even that, actually making me feel incredibly ambivalent. I was like, I was happy because...
You were massacring these innocent people.
I was happy because I was not expecting both of them to walk out in the end, and they did. But I was sad because the thing that I cared about the most, the relationship between the two of them, was gone. I'm like, I don't know how to feel. That's awesome.
I remember me and you talking about this, Eric, when I first played. We were like, I know it's me and you. A lot of our friends were like, if Last of Us never gets a sequel, we're 100% perfectly fine. But the fact that we are getting a sequel,
I'm not gonna complain.
I'm like, well, if you do it twice, then I guess. You won't hear a complaint from me. In fact, I've already pre-ordered it.
And that's not even mentioning the multiplayer. The
multiplayer
is so good.
Like, Last of Us was... I'd probably say probably the best PS3 game. It's not I was going to put it on my list, but, like, there are other games where I'm like, I have soft spots for them and I can't not... That's why I want to talk about Last of Us a lot. But Last of Us is probably technically the best PS3 game ever made. Like, without a doubt.
Of that generation.
Yeah, so before we move on to your next game, Danny... before also the remaster of... Last of Us was really good for PS4.
Oh, it was. It was gorgeous.
Yes, before we move on, is there any last additions you want to say about The Last of Us before we move on to your rest of your list, Danny?
It's an incredible game all around. I have no faults about it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well then, move on then.
Okay, so I was going to say this game next, but I'll save it till last.
Last.
Hello. The next one I will do is Gran Turismo 5. I think because I accidentally mentioned it. I accidentally mentioned it in my honorable mentions because it wasn't going to be there, but then I changed my list around the last minute.
I don't know about Eric, but I'm probably going to be pretty silent on this. Cause
so I've played it a couple times.
Not huge on GT.
I kind of gave up on the
prologue though.
No, prologue. That was where it was at.
I've actually played more prologue than I have the full game, I believe.
Oh wow.
I actually played through a lot of the story.
Oh really?
Yeah. I didn't finish it, but I played through a lot of it.
GT has a story? Do you mean campaign?
Campaign, yeah. Sorry,
story mode. We were like a racer down on his luck, trying to get all these exotic cars, worrying about getting his licenses. Oh no!
Essentially, Burnout Paradise.
Oh no! I don't have my S class, man. I can't get an S class racing. I keep trying to stop at the light, but I can't slow down the car.
Oh god!
I'm just picturing like the average Gran Turismo player struggling with the licenses, but picturing it as a character and have it being part of the story of GT.
Jesus.
Continue, Danny.
No, I really liked it. Like, first off, it was very pretty.
It was a pretty nice game. Wasn't the first one to add Ferraris into GT as well? I don't know. I remember that being a big deal.
I'm pretty sure 4 had it.
No, 4 didn't have Ferraris.
Oh, okay.
It was 5, I'm pretty sure. 5 or 6, one of them.
Yeah. That one was really good. I didn't like the fact that obviously if you wanted to play arcade, you could only play as far as with the cars that you had.
Oh yeah.
So I actually played through the game to just build up credits to buy cars.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
So I didn't actually, but I mean, it was a tradition. Every second Gran Turismo, which is probably why I might actually buy the new one that's coming out. Maybe, but I played through 1, I've played through 3, so I bought 5 because I completely forgot about 4, and then I bought 5 because I was like, oh, I need to buy it. And I don't know, I had a lot of fun with it.
That's fair that you had a lot of fun with it. I didn't like it. From what I played, but I didn't like it, and I've just stopped caring about GT at this point. Do you not care about GT anymore?
No.
Fair enough.
I've never really been a GT person.
Oh yeah, that's true. No, Danny, what's your next game?
Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Yeah, boy!
Yeah, so you were actually the one to introduce me to Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Because I brought over Fighting Edition.
TT.
Which is...
TT.
Fighting Edition is Tekken 6, Tekken Tag 2, and Soul Calibur 5 on one disc.
Yes.
And I brought it over and I'm like, this is the greatest thing anyone's ever thought of ever. And even though 2 of these games I'm not a big fan of. I know one of them because that's Tekken 6. I don't like Tekken 6. But Soul Calibur 5, even though it's not that good, and Tekken Tag 2, which is perfect.
Incredible.
Yeah. I'd say Tekken Tag 2 is almost as good as Tekken 5.
Oh wow.
Almost as good.
Jeez.
Almost.
For roster list wise, oh, it's incredible.
Oh yeah, it's
I loved it. I loved that I could play as, and because it was tag, I could be like, all right, what do I want to make? I could make a true ogre and a armor king list team, or I could make a freaking Violet v
Lee.
V Lee. I could have a Lee and a Lei. Like, just it was incredible. I loved it.
I like Tag 2.
And visually, again, it looked really good. Like, it was a massive improvement.
Tag 2 renewed my love of Tekken, because 6 was a bit of a downfall. I didn't like 6 at all. It's alright, but it's not that good. Not what... Considering you're coming off Tekken 5, which is probably the best... Well, you know, it is the best Tekken game.
See, I disagree with you, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
But, like, Tekken... Like, if you come off Tekken 5... Like, I know it's hard to go up from there, but Tekken 6 was too far down. It was like, you messed up. So Tekken Tag 2, not as good as 5, but it was still really good. Like, it was still, like, a lot of fun. And also, it was unlike Tekken Tag 1, which is just Tekken 3, but with really bad early PS2 graphics.
Oh, I didn't realize
Tag mechanics. Tekken Tag 2 tried to be its own thing, where it was like, this is its own Tekken game, and it succeeded. I think Tekken Tag 2 is really good.
I didn't realize how terrible Tag 1's
it looks so bad.
Until I rewatched it, I was like, oh dear, oh my lord. It's
oh
terrible.
lord. You know, Tekken Tag 2 is like, the only major issue I have is the soundtrack is super weak. But that's something that all modern Tekken games have had. Like
7's good. I like
7 soundtrack is fucking awful.
It's not weak though.
It's bad.
It's not weak.
It's still
like
bad.
that's the difference. It's not
okay. Alright, replace. Tekken Tag 2's soundtrack is also bad.
Yes.
And 7 soundtrack is also bad. I'm sorry. When I play a fighting game, all the songs should have personality and theme, not just be EDM. No. Especially when you come from 5 and 3 and 2, which all had themes where it's like, oh, you're on Gunjack's stage, it's all mechanical and it sounds like a thing. Oh, you're on Eddie's stage, it's a cool, like, funk song where it's like, and it's all awesome. Oh, you're on Paul's stage, it's a heavy metal biker song. It fits the characters, as where 7 and Tag 2 it's like, do you like EDM? No? Cool. Here's some EDM.
Alright, I'm a big fan, but that's personal preference, I think.
Yeah, that's my rant about Tekken soundtracks.
Alright. So we've finished enough about Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Yeah. Next one on my list is Earth Defense Force 2025.
I think you mean EDF, Danny?
Yeah, it's actually called Earth Defense Force. But, anyway. So I actually was introduced this game to me by my sister's partner. I don't know why...
That's boyfriend, Danny? Jeez, sorry.
It's 2017. You can't say boyfriend anymore.
Oh. Male companion.
Can't say that.
You said the word male. You brought gender into it.
Oh my god. Let's continue on with my games. We still have yours to talk about. We're nearly at the 2-hour mark.
That's alright. We got this.
Some of us don't have jackets when we go home.
Sorry. Danny, hurry up. You wasted time.
No. Alright, fine. Okay, so Earth Defense Force 2025. It's essentially, the premise is that you are in charge of an elite group of soldiers. Sorry, an individual.
The A-team.
Soldier. That's a part of, like,
I could have made an A-team game.
Oh, man, that'd be awesome. Yes, continue, Danny.
Fuck. Alright.
Yeah, like the whole gang would be there. You'd probably reprise their roles as voice actors.
Sorry, Danny.
Alright.
My A-team joke was
before anyone goes on, Earth Defense Force, you play as a class of fighters that fight against these aliens that have brought in giant insects.
It's a good game.
Which include, but not limited to, spiders, ants,
buggers.
Spiders.
Doggos.
Oh no, you also fight Godzilla and Rainbow Dragons at one point.
Yeah. It's a cool game.
Yes.
I haven't played that one. I've only played the one on PS4.
That's just a remaster. It's a remake, but it's a PS4 version.
It is cool. What do you like about DDF, Danny?
It's different. It's weird. It's like, it's fun.
Despite its annoying control scheme at times. It's
really fun the frame rate is terrible on PS3, sorry.
Yeah.
when it got to a point where there's just too many monsters or too many large creatures in the same like space, it just would chug and it would be terrible.
Yeah.
But it's fun because you level up your characters by collecting ammo and armor. There's health packs that are dropped by enemies. And it's fun. It's Japanese, so it's fun.
It is a fun game. I enjoy it.
Alright.
What's your last game, Danny?
Last, but most definitely.
Oh, I know what it is.
Not least, yes. God of War 3.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that as well, yeah.
Alright. Wait, you guys, I haven't played that much, so I'm going to leave this up to you guys.
Okay, so God of War 3 included the mechanic, you had your floating wings. The
Wings of Icarus.
Wings of Icarus, yeah. And that was really cool, because a lot of the time, it wasn't just like a thing. You actually would use it for a lot of the puzzles.
Yeah. What do you guys like? Like, what's the main reason why you guys like God of War 3 so much?
The boobies.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there's a massive like. You had sex with Aphrodite.
That was good times.
That's pretty cool.
Meanwhile, Aphrodite's girlfriends are just making out.
And fapping in the corner.
I still remember like the first time I played it. I saved because there's a save point before.
Everyone did that. Saved just before it.
No, because. Even before that, because you...
Yeah, because I don't want to lose progress if I die.
Yeah. Nothing to do with this Aphrodite woman.
No. Because there's a platforming bit right before you go into Aphrodite's room. And you're essentially, like, on the clouds. So if you die, you die. And so I saved it. And I didn't play it for, like...
If you die, you die. You heard it here first, Danny.
That's my joke, you bastard.
This podcast has spiraled into madness.
I know. Terrible.
No, it's great. Keep going.
But also it incorporated a lot of like new gods as well because, new gods, and you had to do like you stole a lot of their shit.
I love that concept.
You killed a lot of
kill them and take their shit. Yeah.
So you.
I like your boots, Hermes, and we cut your legs off and take them.
Yeah, and you ripped off whatever that dude's face.
Helios, he took his head.
He took his head.
I like your head.
Oh man.
You cut off Hercules' arms to steal his gauntlets.
Oh no, I don't want. Do you?
You rip off Zeus's beard to have a cool beard.
No, you do one better. You spam the circle button until your fingers bleed until the screen goes bright red.
And you realise you could have stopped all along.
Yeah. I kept on doing it. I was just like, nope, I didn't realise. I thought it was part of scripted. And then, in the end, you think Kratos is spent. He's dead.
He impales himself and throws himself off a cliff.
Yep, but you don't see a body.
Yeah. And then God of War 4 comes out.
Nope. God of War Ascension.
That's a prequel, though. Yeah.
I know, but God of War didn't exist, and God of War wasn't probably even... Which I am hoping... I hope so much that they explain what happened.
I hope they don't. I hope he's just there. They're like, where did Kratos come from? And all these, like, Norse gods like, I don't fucking know. And then the developers, like... There's, like, a developer off in the corner, and they're like... I don't know. There. Just showed up.
What did you do here at Santa Monica Studios, sir? I don't know.
Just wearing a badge as lead developer.
What do you want?
Oh well.
Alright, so that's my games.
What are your guys' favourite God of War games?
2.
Yeah, 2.
Nice. Good deal. Alright. So before we go to my list. Ooh.
Oh shit, we still have your list.
Yes, boys. Alright. So what do you recap? What are you guys' lists again? I don't want to remember.
Last of Us.
Yep.
Gran Turismo 5, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, Earth Defense Force, and then God of War 3.
Wheels?
Last of Us, Uncharted 2, Red Dead Redemption, GTA 4, and Mass Effect 2.
Alright, cool. So my list. Mass Effect 2 has been mentioned, so get out of there, Mass Effect 2. Get out. This game has been mentioned today. And I might as well just get out of the way because we all knew it was going to be on here, knowing me. Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yes.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah. Metal Gear Solid 4.
First Metal Gear Solid game I ever actually beat.
Oh, nice.
All the way, because it took me ages to beat the first one.
Oh, yeah.
I can never beat, Rex. Yeah, I can never beat Rex.
Once you figure out how you do it.
It's still hard.
It's still hard, but it's all like, I figured out the technique, but now it's executing the technique. I love MGS4. Not my favourite MGS.
Oh, no, definitely not.
But I still think it's... In terms of conclusions to a series going...
It's hard to beat,
It's, like, ridiculously well. And, like, the fucking, like... old Snake is really cool. Like, I love the setting, how it's written far in the future. Snake's even more out of his element now because he's old, dying.
That's depressing. Far in the future a few years ago.
Yeah.
Is this... Have I seen this one?
Yeah, it's the one I played for one of my assignments. It has... Really, like, I liked how it didn't repeat MGS3. It tried to do something different, how it's a bit more...
Tried to just fully be the next step.
Yeah.
After MGS3.
And a lot of people are like, oh, it's more action, less stealth. And I'm like, yes, but it doesn't... It's
hard to play action.
I've tried playing it where I'm like, alright, guns blazing, let's do this. You die like that.
It's
like,
possible, but it's hard.
Yeah, as well as like, if you stealth, it's more fun and makes more sense.
More fun.
And like... I love the boss battles, the B&B core. They were really cool. I really liked those boss battles.
Octo camo is really cool.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Like, they turned the camo, they're like, what they're like... So, applying camo on MGS3, even though it was a cool feature, was a little annoying. How do we fix that? Just lie up against...
Automatic, yeah.
Yeah, it does it. And I was like, that's awesome. But, like, it's not like, oh, as soon as you touch it, like, it doesn't make it easier. It's like, as soon as you touch it, you get the camera, you have to stop and then lie against it and be like, alright, cool, now I've got the camera, and then you move. That was cool. I love the any gun with customizable guns is a good thing. And Drebin is awesome. I love just whenever he shows up being like, Drebin. The story is really good, and holy shit, the ending 4-hour cutscene. Not really.
The Lord of the Rings of games.
Yeah, where it's just like...
Really?
The end cutscenes are good.
Oh,
almost
okay.
2 hours long, where it's like, oh, strap yourselves in, guys.
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the ending prologue, the epilogue is 50 minutes by itself. Like, and then there's an hour-long cutscene before. Where it's like the wrap up and like has so many great moments at the microwave room.
Yeah.
That hand bustingly hard but fucking amazing. Like just where all the characters are. It's nice seeing characters that haven't been in MGS for a while. Like Meryl shows up.
Yeah, that's good.
Naomi shows up. Like their resolution as well. Naomi's death is heartbreaking as hell. Otacon loses another woman again. He loses fucking Sniper Wolf in MGS1, loses his sister in MGS2, he loses Naomi in MGS4.
Gets it pretty hard.
And then he loses Snake technically at the very end, like, and then he comes back and all that stuff. That, all the greatest stuff, like, Sunny is really, like, how
Hooks
Sunny...
or eggs.
Yeah.
Good lad.
And, like, just the whole, like, it's a perfect combination of the MGS story, like, I love where it ends, and I love seeing Snake.
Gameplay's fantastic.
Yeah,
as well.
oh yeah. And I love seeing Snake literally at the end of his rope, where he's just like, I'm like about to die. Like I'm literally an old man. And the end.
I mean, to be fair, he's pretty fucking thick as well. Isn't
Yeah.
he?
Oh yeah. He's the best looking old man ever.
Yeah, I know.
Even when he's coughing his lungs out after smoking, he's like, ugh. It's like, oh, we're gonna plan this out. Meanwhile, Snake's off the corner like, ugh, ugh, ugh. And they're like, alright, cool, yeah. And now we go, ugh. It's just like, shut up, Snake. But one of the most gratifying moments ever, the final fist fight against Liquid Snake.
Yes, it's so good.
Just, as the HUD changes to fit every MGS game
and the
that's
music
come
as
forward,
well,
yeah. And also, the music of MGS4 is near on perfect as well. Yes.
I just got my favourite Metal Gear Solid soundtrack as a whole.
Oh, yeah. As like, the old Snake theme was like, dun, 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 dun. Like, MGS4 is perfect. Not perfect, but I love it. It's a great culmination of... It ends this franchise in an epic way. And if that was the last MGS game, I'd be perfectly fine. Like, it'd be like, oh, I want more, but it's a perfect series at the moment. Even though I do love Phantom Pain and Grand Series. But, there's that. Next game is a game I didn't realize until almost finishing this list. And I was like, how did I not put this on here? The Witcher 2.
Oh, yeah.
So, The Witcher 2, I have played Witcher 1 now. I didn't play it when it came out, though, because it was only on PC. I didn't have a good PC. I like Witcher 1, but I think it's a bit hard to get into. It's not very great. Witcher 2, I remember hearing so much about... Because Witcher 2 was initially only came out on PC. And then it came out, got an enhanced edition release on 360. And I remember I was so hyped for that. Because I remember hearing so much about Witcher 2 on PC. Everyone was like, it's like one of the greatest games ever made. And I was like, oh, really? And I was like, it's an RPG based on like weird... like Polish mythology and all that stuff. And I heard how badass Geralt was. And I was like, this game must... Probably not that good. Sunk about 80 hours into it. And... I would probably argue... Oh, actually, no, not anymore, because there's another game known as The Witcher 3. But Witcher 2 at the time was, like, one of the best RPGs ever made. And it is only surpassed by the third game in the series, which is, again, Witcher 3 is probably the perfect video game. But Witcher 2 is so great. I love the story. Its ending can be a bit janky, because it rushes towards the end, but everything else, Witcher 2 is great. I loved its combat. Again, it didn't treat you like a baby. It was a hard game. where it's like, my first combat, I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it, ran into combat and died. I was like, so this is that type of game. Okay then, CD Projekt Red. But I loved it, and also just, it came out when I was like 15 and 16, so all like the whole, like the fact that Geralt can bang like literally every character.
Oh yeah, that would have been a
nice touch. And also the bath scene with Triss. Good stuff. Yes, Witcher 2. The next game is XCOM Enemy Unknown.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna play that at some point.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I need to play it again at some point.
Yeah, I love that game. Like, I played it so much on 360. I played it also a lot on PC, but I first played it on 360. I never felt peril of losing someone a soldier you'd been raising so much, especially when you name them after people you know. So I named all my soldiers to begin with after people I know. I lost all those soldiers.
Oh, rest in peace, Eric.
Yeah, so Eric, Axel, Matt, all those guys. I named on Mum.
Specifically Mum.
Just called Mum. They all died. But then I got new ones. I was like, I'm not going to name them because it's rude. I don't want to. They've died. They cannot come back. And then I got new ones. I got guys called like Ramirez, and I got a call whose code name became Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, because depending on how they play, they get code names and stuff. I loved it because it actually not simulated, but it felt like I was actually fighting an alien invasion and had to be strategic about it. I spent way too long on XCOM. I love it to death. Have you guys played it?
A little bit of it, yeah. Again, a little bit.
I know, Danny, your dad's a big fan of the XCOM franchise. Yeah. And I love XCOM.
I've been meaning to give it a proper go.
Yeah, I'd highly recommend it. I still got to play XCOM 2. I haven't got around to playing XCOM 2 yet. But Enemy Unknown was
if I was younger, I would have played it just in a second. Because those type of games I played all the time when I was younger.
Yeah, and just like, how deep, it has choices where like, you have to choose which one you go to, but once you go to one area, that other area becomes like locked off. It's like, well, you can't go there because you have to choose between two, and like makes you actually think. It's a really hard game. Like, I almost lost my, like, it's very common that a lot of people's first playthroughs ends in failure, where it's like,
really?
it's a hard game. My first playthrough didn't end in failure. I came close. I am very close. I lost.
And then the sequel was like, no, your playthrough did end in failure.
Yeah, I was like, oh well, fine. XCOM 2. I lost China, India, half of Africa.
Jesus.
And
Is this in 1 or 2?
XCOM 1 and Australia.
Oh no!
So I lost all them, and then the game was like, if you fuck up one more time, it's game over. Like, you've lost like half your resource. I'm like, nope, XCOM, I've got this.
Half the world in 2 countries.
And then I bounced back. I was like, oh, thank God. But yes, I lost China, and I was like, well then, the biggest country in the world, didn't need him anyway. Yes, XCOM and I'm really good. Now my final game. Now before I mention this,
I'm actually surprised. Wait. But wouldn't Metal Gear Solid be your number 1?
Nope. Well, this isn't numbered, but the last thing I want to mention, because it's a game I didn't play back in the day, but I started playing recently-ish, and I love it to death so much. Before I go on this, I want to press this thing. So, in my PS1 and PS2 lists, Metal Gear Solid and Final Fantasy both made debuts on there.
Yes.
And in this list, Metal Gear Solid is on this list. But I was thinking like, well, poor Final Fantasy. They didn't release a good game in this generation that would fit this list, because I hate all the 13 games. Well, 13-2 is okay, but not...
I was joking about 13-2 being good.
I enjoy 13-2. I enjoyed it, but it's not good. I'd put it on even an honourable mention.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed it, but it's not good. But there's a little game. So earlier in this video...
13-3. Lightning Returns.
That's like the worst one. So I mentioned earlier in this podcast that the Xbox at one point was like, hey, everyone, you can play JRPGs on 360 as well.
Oh, yeah.
And almost all of them are really bad. I played all of them because I was like, I'm going to go play through that slew of Xbox 360 exclusive JRPGs. And most of them being they released a Star Ocean game, which is good but not great. Another game called Infinite Undiscovery, which was not good. Another game called Last Remnant, which was not good. Another game called Enchanted Arms, which is really complicated and hard to get into. And then I mentioned Eternal Sonata, which was good. But the greatest one out of this game, and this had a lot of build-up, because this game is truly amazing.
Okay.
Lost Odyssey.
Yeah.
I've heard about Lost Odyssey, yeah. Apparently a lot of people absolutely love it.
This game is like, a little bit like, we all know what cult games are, right?
Yeah,
this is like
Lost Odyssey, yeah.
This is like my cult game now, because... This game is essentially the Final Fantasy 13 that we didn't get, made by the guy who created Final Fantasy.
Oh.
And a lot of the devs who left Square after being like, I'm done with this place, they all were like, let's make our own game that's pretty much Final Fantasy. And the guy who composed all the original Final Fantasy games in terms of soundtrack, Nobuo Uematsu, he came back and did the soundtrack for Lost Odyssey. And holy shit, Lost Odyssey is like one of the best Final Fantasy games, if not like the best Final Fantasy game ever made. Like, it has, I'll take us the premise of the story. It's a fantasy world, obviously. And it follows a guy named Kaim, who is an immortal. Like, he's lived for thousands and thousands of years, and he's lost all his memory. So, like, he's been wandering around as a soldier, because that's all he knows. He's really good at combat. So he's like, I'll be a soldier for hire. And the whole thing is about, like, there's a lot of stuff going on, but the whole thing is, like, it's him regaining his memories to his life. Yeah. So, like, he's lived for thousands of years, so he's trying, like, as he progresses through this game story, it's him recovering his, like, his memories and stuff. And, holy shit, like, this story and all the characters are so great. It has great turn-based combat that requires input, as you've seen me play, where it has, like, when you attack, it has a circle comes on the screen, and your character runs, and you have, like, I think 5 seconds, 3 seconds, and in that 3-second time, you have to close the circle on that circle, and if you do, you get a damage boost and stuff. It's got really cool things where it's like you get immortal characters and non-immortal characters, and immortal characters learn skills off your non-immortal characters. So like if your non-immortal character learns, like, let's say a fire spell, you can be like, oh, Kaim. You link him to Kaim, and then Kaim can learn off that character.
Jeez, that's really cool. That's a cool mechanic.
And also, like, it has like rings and stuff which do stuff. It's really in depth. It has a great story, and I've shown you this, Danny. The dream sequences.
Oh, that's emotional. I hate them.
Yeah, so there's things like every time Kaim remembers a memory, you get a dream sequence, which it's just text. It's like a visual novel, it's just text with music. These things are so well written and ridiculously, like, they have like cool backdrops and shit. These things are so well written that, like, they evoke some hard emotion. Like the one that I showed you had you like almost at tears.
Oh, it was
like, and the one that one as well. That one where it talks about Kaim and two friends he used to have that and all stuff.
The fisherman.
Yeah, and like
I love that.
I remember when I was playing that at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like crying. I was like, fuck it. But like it's such a good game, and like the soundtrack. That's my new study soundtrack now. Which when I'm doing homework, I'll listen to the Lost Odyssey soundtrack. It's fucking amazing, and like it is excluding some technical stuff. The frame rate drops occasionally. It's a bit awkward sometimes with cutscenes. But like the story and all its events is probably a near masterpiece of a game, and probably one of the greatest Final Fantasy games ever made. If it's not a Final Fantasy game, it's its own thing. And I'm annoyed that it didn't sell.
Final Fantasy inspired.
Yeah, well, if you play like Final Fantasy and you play Lost Odyssey, the links are there.
Yeah,
They feel like the same game, and it makes sense because the guy who created Final Fantasy created this game, and Nobuo Uematsu, who did all the scores for Final Fantasy 10 backwards, he did the score for Lost Odyssey. And everything about Lost Odyssey is perfect, excluding some technical things. But I was thinking about like that's probably my favorite game of this generation. Love that generation just because I was playing. I'm like, this game is magical, and the fact that it doesn't get enough appreciated, and also like, but I hate it. But still, it's like it's kind of like it's like that niche thing. It's like it's cool because I know this. But like all those other things, and like it's great. It's got really good voice acting as well, and like really cool characters and plot twist at the fucking thing, and it takes place over 4 discs on the 360.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so like the case is like a big thick case. I like changing discs. I'm old school. I like being like, disc 2, let's do this. But like so that's my list. Those are my 5 favorites. Lost Odyssey, MGS4, Witcher 2, Mass Effect 2, and XCOM Enemy Unknown. Lot less. What is it? Lot less
overlap.
What?
Lot less overlap.
Yeah, and also a lot less JRPGs on my list this time. Only 2 Japanese games on my list this time. As a PS1, PS2 was like 4, and 1 little American game off to the side. But
PS2 had one for me.
That was interesting because like we all had very different lists.
Yeah.
I didn't think we'd all have very different. I thought our lists overlapped quite a bit until I found more games. I'm like, oh wait, these games I enjoy quite a bit. And then your list was weird as well, Dan. Like I was like, I wasn't expecting any of these games either. Yes, that's the end of that podcast, the segment. We'll quickly, and I mean very quickly, talk about Rick and Morty because we forgot. What was the last episode of Rick and Morty called?
It's like
Ricklantic something.
Yeah, Ricklantis. Yes, I think
it's
so.
Like
Ricklantic Adventure or something.
Nah.
So this episode of Rick and Morty doesn't actually focus on our Rick and Morty. It focuses on the Council of Ricks has been re-established now, and they're all doing their own thing. And then the whole point will be real quick. The whole point of this episode, spoilers as well. Evil Morty's back.
Yes.
Evil Morty is now in control of the Council of Ricks, who has now been reformed. What do you guys think about the episode?
It was really good.
It was probably the best episode of the season. Like, holy shit. Like, that blew my mind in, like, almost every single way.
I like how they still managed to keep a story through this entire...
the Rick Lantis mix-up, that's it.
That's the one, yeah.
And it was hilarious as well, and, like, this episode was really dark, but not in an obvious way. It was just, like, it had a lot of racial undertones in it as well, between the Mortys and the Ricks.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool. It's like what they say, Morty's killing Mortys, am I right?
Oh, dear.
All that stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of other awesome stuff like that. What should I do?
I'm just getting some.
Okay. But yes, yeah, really good episode of Rick and Morty. I enjoyed it a lot. Oh, okay. And, yeah. Did you get any other thoughts to add to Rick and Morty, that episode?
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it.
Alright, cool. So, we'll wrap that up there. Thank you everyone so much for listening to this podcast. And also, thanks to everyone who's been listening since episode 1. Or any episode, really, if you're listening to the podcast at all.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Like, it means a lot to us if you subscribe. Like, not even if you subscribe. Just listen to it.
Just smash that like button.
Yeah. Then we'll like you. Get it? No, but like, yes. Yeah, so, like, thanks a lot for everyone for listening to this podcast and making it happen and stuff. We hope you keep listening. And we hope we don't annoy you. And if we do,
and if you don't know, me and Kai have started up a new series.
On the Ramblers podcast.
On the Ramblers podcast.
Yes.
Called Up Late with Kai and Danny.
Yeah.
It's essentially just...
It's a Let's Play channel.
Yeah.
We play games.
Yeah. But the inspiration, and we do explain it in one of our episodes, is that we often find, late at night we're bored, we play a game like a multiplayer or a single player game, we just have some funny convos. So we thought, why not add it to a part of the channel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, that's what that is. But yes, thank you everyone for watching, listening to this podcast. And if you've made it to episode 10, fuck yeah. Going for like another 10 more. Oh, there'll be a lot more than 10, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just milestones. Episode 20 is the next milestone. But yes, thank you everyone for listening. Danny, where can they find us?
You guys can find us on Facebook, called the Ramblers Podcast, and on Twitter. It's at podcast_Rambler. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. Anything else I want to add? Danny, Eric? No?
Have fun, guys. Enjoy. Go play...
go play Last of Us.
Yeah, go play Last of Us.
Go watch it.
Yeah,
yes, go watch it.
Yeah, go watch it. This was a...
Don't be like me and don't be a pussy.
Yeah, man up. Don't be like Danny. Yes, anyway, thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you all next time.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Nice, boys.